Hey, it's Mike. I'm back and I'm ready to go. What do we got here? We got Eliana with so many prayers. Good to see you, my moderator. We got a mantra, Hari kidney beans, Hari kimchi, kiwi fruit, all of that. Happy Hari durian, Hari durian. Um, and let's see what we got. Tim, good to see you here. Good day to you. And Travis. Good to see you, Travis. All right. I got a lot of stuff. I got an update. Hey, yeah, good to see you, Eliana, my moderator. Good to see you. And um, and everybody out there. And Jai Ganapati, Jolene, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Absolutely. Um, got a lot of stuff I want to get to. I got, I got everything plus. I actually got today. I got a little bit of as the Loka turns. So Muppets are always good. It's always fun. Muppets are happy. They're funny. They make jokes. Muppet Tadva is a Chincha Beta Muppet Beta, a Chincha Beta Muppet Beta, whatever, whatever it is, whatever you want it to be. All right, so let's get right into the opening.
Hello?
Hello.
All right. So thanks for sticking that out. We got some Snoggle in the house. Yes, we got Snoggle. Absolutely. How you doing? And I haven't seen Rafal yet, but hey, what can you say? I'm glad everybody's here, and I'm glad you Gorahari people are watching because I know you guys are watching. You guys watch on his show, on his stream. You guys watch and talk and talk. I know you, and I know you guys are preaching. It's so funny they preach like we need preaching. Like that's our problem, and that just shows you how deep this cult shit goes. You know, like they're so caught up in the sacred assumption that worldview, the us and them. So many pistons are firing on that machine. And they can't see the water. Um, but they think we need preaching to. They think we're in Maya. They think we're in illusion. They think and that's why you can't get through to them until they want to get until maybe a crack. Like maybe there's a crack, and then over time, up to the individual, whether how much light gets through, and how big the crack gets. And then eventually all the light is, all the crack gets so big, light gets in, and it lights up everything, and they can see what's really going on. So, hopefully that, they're watching, they're hearing a little bit, because, I don't talk about this philosophy and all this crap. We're talking about cults, so that's all they can hear me talk about. I'm talking about cults. I'm not talking about Krishna, Leela, Chaitanya, Leela, disciplic succession, all that nonsense. That's all their thought stopping. That's all just one of the pistons that's firing on that engine. Lord Brahma's crack. Yeah, maybe they can see. Lord Brahma's crack. Maybe they can see the light. There he is. Maybe they can see the light shining out of Lord Brahma's crack. Hey, Raphael, good to see you, buddy. Um, so let's get right in. So let's get right into it. But let's just. I'm gonna preempt Knitting Cult Lady so we can get right to a special edition of. There we go. So just so you know, like I don't watch this guy. I don't. I just I check in when he pops up on my feed every now and then. You know, like maybe once a day or something. Yeah, I'll click on it just to see what he's doing. But lately, I see that he I can see that he's talking, that he's watching this, and so then I'll click to see what's going on. But I don't listen to him. But the couple times when I did click in there, he was actually talking about me. So this talking about me. This time he's not talking about me, but he said something, and I swear, I'm not making this up. I clicked on it today, just a little while, a couple hours ago, and this is what came up, and I said, "Oh my goodness, I can't." I I try not to say I try not to talk about this guy, and because he says something stupid. You know, he's giggity. Yeah, he says something stupid, and I gotta show it. I gotta show it. I have no choice because I'm the Krishna cult guy, and he's the cult. He's the cult guy. He's the cult leader. He's the cult leader, the guru. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. This it's so funny. This is so funny.
You know, the truth of the mission of Lord Chaitanya. See, the feelings of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda and all their real followers, liberated souls. That's the truth. And associating with them, you become like them. Okay? Gopakumara, he attained the transcendental Vrindavan, and his feelings became like the devotees he associated with. That's the path, man. Philip, you know the path. You know, I got to go, but you know the path. Where's the path? See, everybody's looking. Where's that deity? What temple do I need to go to? Who? Hey, you idiot! I'm the way. I'm the path. I'm the truth. I speak the truth. I show you the truth. Holy Spirit, we show you the truth. See, we preach the glories of the Holy Spirit of devotion, pure devotion. We preach the real truth that it's
The Holy Spirit of devotion. So I don't know. I guess he's trying to get some like Christianity in there. But listen to this though.
gift in disciplic line with those who have the gift. That is the truth. If you ain't got it, you're bogus, man.
He's not in the disciplics line. I mean, he's not. Okay, let's go.
Bullshitter. You're lying to people. You're cheating them. But go, Hari, why don't you appreciate the service of the devotees? Because I'm here to give you the straight up truth. I know most people won't believe it. Some will, and you'll be liberated. And people are, when you really believe it, and you'll have to show that you believe in it, because otherwise, oh, Gauri, oh, Guru Dev, oh, Guru Dev, and then a few days later, it's like, I don't believe in that guy. You know, look at him. He's not preaching like I want him to preach. He said, pussy. You're a fucking pussy. That's what you got. That's it. You're just pussy. You can't follow the path. That only pussies can't follow this path. That's what they call in America, is a slang word. That's not a cunt. That could be a cunt, but I use this word now. You're a pussy, man. You're a wimp. You're a coward. and you remain cowardly until you associate with real devotees sincerely and get over your prostitution.
So I guess what he's saying is, he's the truth. He's the. I know that's exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. Am I the only one that sees the maniac that this guy is? The insanity of this guy. He's talking about. He's got the truth, and you got to come to him to get it. And if you don't, uh, you're the one that you're nuts. It's and he's not even being subtle about it. But I just wanted to say, yeah, I know giggity, giggity. I know he loves to swear words and cuss words like in front of his women. I mean, how is that respectful to women when you're talking to? He says, he said he uses that word, right, and then he uses the worst word and says, well, it can mean that. It can mean that. But I mean, I don't. It's really, he goes from talking about how he's the way, the truth, the light, whatever he's saying, because he's saying, you know, it really blew me away. Wow, boogeyman, indestructible narcissist. He's he's the ultimate super white Hindu Jesus. Anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that because it just kind of hey, fake human, fake human. Good to see you, man. It just kind of it goes to show you that he's nuts. This guy's nuts, and he's got these people friggin'. Yeah, these people brainwashed. I mean, it's Prabhupada who brainwashed them, but he's just kind of like stepping in to control them because I guess he's a ISKCON reject and they're all ISKCON rejects. He couldn't make it in a real ashram, following any kind of program. He couldn't do that for whatever reason. He ain't doing it now. He can't do that. So he just makes up his own shit. And these people are the same as him. They can't live in a temple. They can't join ISKCON. They can't do that life. So they want it anyway. That's okay. They want it anyway. But instead of just doing what they want and chanting or doing whatever, now they got to come under the spell of this guy. Somehow they got to come because Prabhupada has brainwashed them that they need to come under the spell of some guru. You got to have some gurus. You got to be washing some guru's feet, or you got to be worshiping. He even said, he goes, oh, Gora Hari, he's not preaching the way that he wants. So then they go, oh, a couple of days later, oh, I'm done with that guy. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that that's what they do. They listen to you for a couple of days, and then they're like, what the fuck? Fuck this guy. I mean, I'm sure that happens all the time. He's lucky he's got this hot lips that's been with him for 8 years, Okay, so anyway, let me get the other thing before I get to knitting cult lady. I wanted to share this thing that I saw on the subreddit, the ex Hare Krishna subreddit, and I know he's so delusional. That dream he had, that dream he Prabhupada come into him in a dream, man, that really fucked him up. It fucked him up, man. I don't know, Lolita said it took her watching 5 videos to be addicted. Yeah, because he's not giving the reason he's attractive to some of these people is because he's not giving them anything, and he's not requiring anything of them except that they got to be devoted to him. Other than that, I guess he doesn't ask anything from him, but he's got him brainwashed. So it's I don't know, 8 devotees after 8 years. It's crazy. Anyway, how does he get money? He scams money. How else does he get money? How else does he get money? He scams them. He scams people for money. I know for a fact he receives U.S. retirement and lives in Mexico. Yeah, I guess he gets I guess he gets retirement. I guess he I know if he earned it, then that's his. If he earned it, then fine. Hey, you earned it. That's yours. Good for you. Otherwise, I figure he's running some kind of scam. I would imagine that he's getting as megalomaniac as he is, as as super Hindu as he is. I'm sure they send him money. I'm sure they give him something. Um, but okay, okay. Enough of that. Enough of that. This thing about this thing here. It says, and it's just typical. It's typical of the cult and how this cult is how it ruins people's lives. It ruins people's everything. I just it makes me sick. Okay, it says. I'll show it to you real quick. It says my siblings are getting dragged into the Hare Krishna cult. It says my siblings have been following ISKCON from past 5 to 7 years now, and I feel that they are deep into it. No rational talk is ever going to change their mind, I feel. No, and it's not. I feel committed. If they commit slightest of sin, they will chant more and more. And why are they committing sin if they're chanting? If they're already chanting, why are they committing sin? You got to ask them that. If they commit slightest of sin, they will chant more and more. And I have tried talking to them rationally at times. No, that's not going to work. But they think that I am karmi. Yeah, exactly. Or materialistic. And they shush me down. Yeah, I would imagine they do that too. They try to drag me into this cult too. Yeah, I figure they do that. But somehow I came out of it. Good for you. Good for you. I don't need religion or cult to tell me how to be good. I feel that I'm always a good person. I don't need religion or cult to tell me how to be good. Good for you. But I do feel that I'm slowly losing my siblings to this cult. I feel sorry for you. I miss their older versions when they used to be free and non-judgmental. Yes, I totally understand what you're saying. Uh, I feel really bad. They used to earlier have particular set of hobbies, and they used to enjoy music, traveling, and they used to encourage me too. But now, when I go to concerts, travel, solo, they don't like it. Now they analyze everybody from their lens. It feels like I can't talk to them. No, you can't talk to them about anything. No, openly now. Yep. They shun me. Yeah. And my parents for praying to demigods. Ooh, no, don't do that. And they have replaced age-long puja artiques with their ISKCON artiques. Yeah, I would. It bothers me a lot because certain things in our house have been done in a particular way from ages, but all of a sudden it has changed to a new set of artiques. Yeah, because they're super white Hindus now. I don't know what ISKCON has against so-called demigod worship. Well, they're super white Hindus. That's all I can say. And I pray to a particular god, and all of a sudden, it can be changed, right? I don't have anything against Krishna. He is one of my favorites. But due to their over imposition, I have developed a distaste. I totally understand what you're saying. Can anyone let me know if there's any way out for me to pull them out of ISKCON? Unfortunately, buddy, I don't think send them my way. I I would say send them my way. That's about all I can say, man. There's nothing you can really do. And I'm not saying I can magically get them out. I'm not saying that. But at least they could, if they watch these videos, they might hear they're going to hear the truth, and maybe some cracks will form. That's all I can say. I'm really sorry. I got to say it breaks my heart when I read things like that. It breaks my heart. I know that this person is like, what happened to my brother and my sister, or what happened to my sisters or my brother, whatever. We used to go travel around. What they're saying is we used to go have fun and do stuff, and now they don't do anything anymore, and I miss those times. And I understand, people grow up and they do, but this is family. This is family. This is not like a friend that's like moved away. This is family. Not only that, but they act like know-it-alls. They're going to tell them how to do this and how to do that. Talking about how everybody's a carmy and you're a carmy. And then they shun them and they don't want to talk to them. They don't want to talk to their parents. It's like, what did they do? These people didn't do anything. These are the same people that they've known their whole life. Just that they've changed. They joined a fucking cult. And now the family has to suffer. Over what? Over the babbling of some friggin' failed chemist who says don't do this and don't do that and you have to do this and you have to do that and it's all fucking made up, pulled out of his ass? Because of this cult. Because of this brainwashing shit. I hate this shit. I hate this shit. I hate to think that these people are going to end up in it for 50 fucking years, 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, whatever. I know. It's really sad. It's really sad. I mean, we joke around about it and we laugh and we joke about Gorhara and he's this and he's that. And, you know, and I think about my time in it and all my experience and all this. But this shit's still happening. This shit's still happening. There's still little kids getting molested. There's still little girls having arranged marriages. There's still people joining this cult and shunning their family and doing all of this damage, all of this horror. Where is it? All of this horror.
Just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We here present with historical facts, past and present, but you never see the trolls counterpoint with facts, only mythology. And that is fantasy bullshit. You never see them talk about, they never join in and say, yeah, it's really a shame that the children are molested. That's really horrible. And the guys that did it should face consequences. You never see them say that. They come in, they want to talk about nonsense stuff. They don't want to talk about the women that have been harmed, the children that have been harmed. They don't want to talk about that. The only time they want to talk about that is when this Gorahari guy says, or one of his people say, oh, Mike's just bitter because his daughter had a bad experience. That's the only time they bring it up, is when they want to blame me or say, you know, I'm speaking out because they, what are you trying to say? You try to weaponize what happened to my daughter and try and flip it around and say, well, that's why he's criticizing ISKCON. That's the only reason he's criticizing ISKCON. As if nothing else has ever happened in ISKCON. Like nothing, like my daughter is the only person anything's ever happened to. And so now I'm unjustly attacking them. It's freaking nonsense. Yeah, they're damaging, they're damaging everything. And those people that joined and left their family behind and their siblings behind, they don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't give a fuck. They just don't. Hey, Lochan, good to see you. Good to see you here, man. We have such a great, diverse group. We got Fake Human, of course. We got Fake Human. But we have Eliana, Jenna Morton. We got Lochan, who grew up in it. Parents are in it. We got Snoggle, Contentment John, Joe Lynn, Rafal. I mean, we got quite a group. Where's Ghana? Ghana's not here. Ghana's not here. But we got quite a group here. I mean, we have you know we have a full team. We have all the bases are covered, every position. That's why I don't want to speak up, because it's you know we have Prabhupada disciples here. We have uh, assistant swamis here, swami assistants here. Gurukuli alumni. We got Ritviks, head Ritvik guy. We got everything here, and they don't want to say nothing. They don't. What can they say? They want to talk about. They want to talk about. Well, you know, what do they usually say? Well, what about the Christians? Well, what about Christianity? What about Jesus? Hey, we got paz. We got paz. How you doing? You know, I got this video. I got to show you this video. I don't think I have it. All right, let's get to Knitting Cult Lady. Let's get this going. Let's get this going, man. Good to see you. I'll find it. I'll find it because I want to show it. I would always laugh at these laughable gurus claiming to know the Gaudiya philosophies and Puja Vidis as well as Padatis and have no clear idea what to do, when to put on the stage to do the. Yeah, you know, that's the thing with these super white Hindus. These super white Hindus, they think they know. ISKCON history in itself is literally full of criminal cases. Murders, women, children abuse. I don't know, gurus running away with money. I know, and it's like, it's time after time after time after time after time after time after time. Time after time. Still going on today. Children are being abused right now. There are child abuse scandals going on now. In 2024 and 2025, there were multiple child abuse scandals going on in India and around the world. Yeah, you know, they think we're in illusion. Like we don't. We're in illusion. We're in illusion. Somehow, all of these crimes and all of this stuff is our fault because we're in illusion.
Just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.
We should be the anti-con host uninitiate ceremonies and wake up sleepers. We should host uninitiate ceremonies. Oh yeah, that's right. We should uninitiate ourselves. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I hope your dad's doing good. I hope your dad's doing good. Give him. I don't like the thumbs up anymore. But just give him a, you know, a hey. Give him a one of these. Hey, whatever. Gurus molesting boys, having sex with female devotees, money laundering, running drugs, scamming innocent folks, child and women abuse, scandals. It just goes on and on and on. It's been going on since the beginning. And you know, and then there was a comment that was left. I mentioned that again. I mentioned that on this Reddit board. I mentioned that Prabhupada was married an 11-year-old girl, and this is the standard ISKCON response. Someone responded. He was 21 and she 14. Why are you lying? In those days, around 1920, it was more than common that there was a larger age gap between bride and husband. Totally normal in the early 20th century, India. The only person I hear babbling nonsense is you, my dear. Well, there you go. She thinks that 14 and 21 is okay. 14 and 21 is okay. And I'm lying. First of all, she says I'm lying about the 11. She says I'm lying. I'm lying about her age, but it's not. We know it's 20. It's 11. She was 11. But this person says he was 21 and she was 14, and that I'm lying. Okay, so evidently she thinks 14 is okay. 14 and 21 is okay. But 11 is bad because I'm lying about it. But it's not bad because in those days, it's bad because I'm lying, which means she doesn't like it. I'm lying. She doesn't like that I said 11. She says, you're lying. And then she says, in those days, around 1920, it was more common. Totally normal in the earlier 20th century. So that's pretty much the basic ISKCON scam. They want to give you that kind of vague, smoky excuse. But we know the facts. The facts are you can find out the facts. But the thing that they when I pointed out the facts, no response because they can't answer for that. Their excuse is, well, that was 100 years ago. But when they find out the truth, they can't say anything. And why is 14 okay? Why is 11 bad but 14 is okay? Why is it okay for a 14-year-old girl to marry a 21-year-old man? It's not. And you think that this person when they find out that Prabhupada, that what I'm saying is true and that Prabhupada did have an 11-year-old wife and he did want a 12-year-old girl married to a 19-year-old man in 1977, you think that's going to mean anything to this person? No, they're not going to care. That's not going to change a fucking thing. They're going to act like it does. They're going to act like, well, no, you're lying and it was this, and they're going to make up all these excuses. But when they get the truth, it doesn't matter. They don't go, oh, he did have an 11-year-old wife. Oh, well, that changes everything. No, it changes nothing to them. It changes nothing to them. Yes, 14 years old is still a child. She's like, well, he was 21, she's 14. Why are you lying? Like 14 makes it okay. And these people want to pretend like this. This is not pedophilia. This is not child marriage. This is not damaging. This is not hateful to women. This is not exploiting children and exploiting women. How can you? But she was 12. Reminds me of that. I mean, but she was 12. And she was 14. But she was 14. And how sick these people are. They'll say anything to defend this guy. Anything to defend this guy. Okay, let's get to the knitting cold lady because she's got some good things to say. I want to share this with you. I know it. Who would want to marry their daughters off at 14? Some Hare Krishna that wants to go chant Hare Krishna and sell books and get on a bus and travel around Mexico or travel around go wherever, go travel around. They don't want to raise a kid. I don't want to raise a kid. All these Hare Krishnas have stuck their kid in the school. They didn't want to raise a kid. They just, they were brainwashed. Prabhupada taught it. Put your kid in the school, and you can go sell my books. Selling my books makes me happy. That's what I like. I like it when you're out there selling my books. So I built this school. You can put your kid in the school, and then you go sell my books. That's what I really want you to do. It's friggin' sick. Friggin' sick. Yeah, yeah. I also posted a thing about child marriage. It said, they did it was this old book, but they did a study, a survey or whatever, and they figured out that you know uh, marriage in 1839, from 1830 to 1839, child marriage was not as common. I mean, they were marrying them young, but not at 11. They weren't. There was only like 7%, 5%, or 7% of the population of women were being married at the age of 11. Most of them were being married between the ages of 14 and 18. Like 60 something percent of the females were being married in 1839. The 60 something percent of the girls were being married between the ages of 14 and 18. Not 11, not 12, not 13. There were, but it was a small amount. It was not. And they were trying. It was being more phased out. It was not that. It was not common. Everybody wasn't doing it. They want you to think everybody was doing it. Oh yeah, everybody was. It was more common, and there was a. That's what they totally normal. It was totally normal in the early 20th century. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even totally normal in 1839. Only like not less than 9% of females, girls, were being married under the age of 14. Like not 9% or something like that. And like 67%, 67% of the girls were being married between the ages of 14 and 18. So it's just that whole shit is just it's bullshit. Yeah, the white superheroes are racist. So I'm going to get that. I got a video about that too. But here I want to go with this video. Knitting cult lady.
Not a coincidence that the word culture starts with the word cult. It is something I have spent a lot of time thinking about as Daniela, scholar of cults, extreme groups, and extremely bad leadership. So the word culture and the word cult come from the same Latin root word, cultus, which literally means to cultivate, right? Culture is a group of stories and practices that we have and that we share. And what's funny is that it's becoming a mom is what radicalized me. Okay. I was like, there's so many different things that we tell moms in each culture that they have to do, or the worst thing happens, you screw up your baby. Right. And I was like, God, I gotta spend more time thinking about this. And then I realized I wanted to be an expert on culture. And I couldn't get away from the fact that it started with the word cult. And I have this phrase, you can't spell culture without cult. And now people like to bring up all the time that, well, the word cult doesn't actually mean anything bad. It just means a group of people that have gotten together and are devoted to something. Yeah, that's the old definition. So when you're hearing cult of Isis, when you're reading old history, especially with regards to the Greeks or the Romans or the Egyptians, you're going to see this word cult, right? And it maybe meant what we're talking about, it maybe didn't, right? It just meant a group of devotees often, and you would have to have a lot more information to actually know that. But what happened is in the late 60s and early 70s, when we had Jonestown, followed quickly by Manson, and just the whole era of culting that we had in as a result of the 60s and 70s, because cults always pop up in times of social turmoil, we needed that word to be pejorative. So that's when the word cult became strictly pejorative. And the interesting thing is, I don't think we're ever all going to agree on the definition of cult, right? I have my own definition. Most scholars will have their own definitions. So I go back to before we define the word, why are we using it? And in modern America, when we say someone's in a cult, what we mean is they have come under somebody else's control, right? They've come under the coercive control of another person or a group. That's what we are trying to say. They are being coerced. They are acting not under their own free will. Another way I like to explain it is that when we see people who appear to be participating in their own exploitation, the way the children of God members and children were singing and dancing and smiling all over the world, right? We call that a cult because you have been controlled, but it's not obvious to the outside eye. So, no, it's not a coincidence that culture starts with cult. And I believe in my memoir about growing up in one of the worst cults in history, the Children of God, and then going into the cult of the U.S. Army, you have this phrase, you cannot spell culture without cult, and me pontificating about it. You can get signed copies of
So when you see these videos of these knuckleheads on these buses, and they're driving across the countryside chanting Hare Krishna on this bus and eating the rice or doing whatever, and we're laughing and enjoying that. That is them being exploited. Right? Nobody does that. Nobody, joins the thing and says, you know what, I want to do all this nonsense stuff on a bus, going across country, so distributing books for free, not getting paid, having to eat this food and live like a whatever. And nobody wants to do that. They're brainwashed. They're being coerced, not with a gun to their head, but nonetheless, they're being talked into it. No different than Charlie Manson talking those guys into going and killing those people. Manson didn't put a gun to their heads and tell them, you go kill those people or I'm going to shoot you. Patty Hearst walked right into that bank with a machine gun and all. And they don't know it. Just like that knucklehead sitting there talking about whatever, Gora hoodie. Those people, and now he's got them going on the internet and laughing and giggling and acting a fool on their own. I mean, if that's not exploitation, I don't know what is. That's just, that's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a pretty cool one if she did. I'll tell you that. Any trolls? No trolls in here. Yeah. Okay. So let me get to the next knitting cold lady because she's got another good one. She's got another good one, and what are you saying? Culture of robbing freedom to culture of fighting for freedom. Yeah, you can fight for your freedom. Just walk away.
Just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.
Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. What? Let's get some more knitting cold lady. Let's teach these cult people that are watching, and it's great that they're watching. I'm trying to educate them. I don't want to just sit here. I do enough ranting and raving. I gotta show these people that I'm really trying to educate them about that they're in a cult. It's important. I mean, it really is. It's important for them to learn that they're in a cult. Boom, 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 ooh, yay! You do it, then you'll know. Here we go, knitting cult lady. Oh, we have an audio problem here. Hold on. I don't know if it's her. Yeah, I guess. What is the problem here? No sound. Oh, that's really too bad. I don't know what happened. I hope it's not my computer. I don't think so. Okay, well, so much for that one. Let's see. I got one more. Let's see if this works. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there. Let's see if this is going to work.
On the allegation that the other killers are secular. Of the first one you mentioned, Adolf Hitler, it has to be said that I can almost give you the page reference of Mein Kampf, where he says that his desire to slaughter the Jews is because his fealty to the work of the Lord. He regards it as a holy cause. That's in Mein Kampf. Maybe he doesn't have the authority to say that, but you can't call him secular. On the belt buckle of every Nazi soldier, it read, Gott mit uns, every single one of them, God on our side. Just as the Confederacy had Deo Vindice as its official motto in the Civil War for slavery. It's been calculated by the Catholic historian Paul Johnson that up to 1/3 of the SS were confessing Catholics. If you change the word fascism, if you take it out of the history of the 1930s, just remove it, pretend it doesn't exist, call it a propaganda word, insert instead extreme Christian right wing, you have not to alter, you don't have to alter a thing about the spread of fascism from Portugal through Spain, across to Croatia, to Slovakia, where the head of the Nazi puppet regime was a priest in holy orders, Father Tiso. Vichy, Austria, you know the story, or if you don't, you should. Or anyone here who considers himself a Catholic should know that. This is not, I'm sorry to say, ladies and gentlemen, secularism. Of the others, I would actually say Pol Pot had a very extreme idea of a restoration of the old Buddhist authority known as the Angkar. But let me not quarrel too much. What was wrong with these heroic mass murderers? That they all thought that they could bring about an ultimate history. They all thought that with them, history would be consummated. History would, in fact, come to an end. They were messianic. The whole problem to begin with is the idea that human beings can be perfected by force, or by faith, or by conquest, or by inquisition. That can take an explicitly religious form or just another messianic form, but it reinforces the point I began with. Take nothing for certain. Don't believe in any absolutism. Don't believe in any totalitarianism. Don't ask for any supreme leader in the sky or on earth, for that way lies madness and torture and murder, and always will. Just
And I have to agree. I have to agree that surrendering to some guru, to some absolute authority, without question, without any kind of critical analysis or anything like that, to just surrender and drink his foot water, and and worship him with prayers and all of this stuff, and let him control your life, is a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe for disaster. For one, that person is scamming you. So when you realize that you've been scammed for however long, that's a painful thing to reckon with. And like Carl Sagan says, a lot of people, when they've been bamboozled, they'd rather believe in the bamboozle than be convinced that they've been bamboozled. People that buy something that doesn't work, some scam lotion that doesn't do what it's supposed to do, wrinkle cream that doesn't do anything, or fat removing cream that doesn't do anything, and they buy it and they spend money on it, and they rather than admit they've been scammed, they're going to say, well, I didn't do it right. I didn't put enough on. You got to use it for 3 months, and I didn't decide. I didn't want to do 3 months. I just wanted to try it out or whatever. They'd rather believe in the bamboozle than go, yeah, I got scammed. I bought some wrinkle cream and it didn't do anything, and it was $50 and I wasted $50. They won't do that. People would rather believe in the bamboozle than believe that they got bamboozled. And that's like sunk cost fallacy, right? You put so much into it, you're not gonna give up because you've already invested. I invested 20 years in Hare Krishna. You really think I wanted to walk away from it now at 20 years? No, I was trying to figure out a way that how can this be real? How can it be fake and real at the same time? Because I put 20 years into this thing. I had to come to the conclusion that it was a bunch of bullshit, and that's 20 years gone. That's it. Sorry. And a lot of people don't want to recognize that. Gaur Hari doesn't want to recognize that. Jai Pataka doesn't want to recognize it. A lot of these guys, it's like, what are they going to do now? What's Indra Yumna Swami going to do now? What's Harvard dumbass Goswami going to do now? What's he going to do now? Guy's 75 years old or older. What are they going to do? Byzantine warfare. Look at the two Orthodox Christian nations of Russia and Ukraine murdering each other. Yeah, I mean, that's just it's all crazy. It's all crazy. Okay, so listen, we got okay, so now let's get into the Krishna stuff. This is the time to just show you how crazy you guys are, how nuts you guys are. If you stuck it out this long, now you're gonna get to see some real insanity. This is how you guys appear to the rest of the world, just as nutty as this guy.
Vaishnavism in America is just never going to happen. Never. On even a small scale, what to speak of a large scale, outside of the Indian diaspora, in which ISKCON has basically, I'm not going to say plummeted it because that's an insult to Indian devotees or devotees from Indian backgrounds. And
yeah, yeah. You knew it had to do. It had to do something with skin color. I just knew the problem with skin color. I don't know why, but I knew it was, and it was the skin color. And of course, he doesn't want to insult the Indians, but let me go ahead and insult them anyway. Baby, that's what he says. He's like, I really shouldn't insult them, but I know I'm insulting them, but. That's okay.
Plummeted it because that's an insult to Indian devotees or devotees from Indian backgrounds, and I don't want to do that at all. There's nothing wrong with being Indian.
But you just did. You just did. You just did. You just did. Let's hear it again.
On even a small scale, what to speak of a large scale, outside of the Indian diaspora, in which ISKCON has basically, I'm not going to say plummeted it because that's an insult to Indian devotees or devotees from Indian backgrounds, and I don't want to do that at all. There's nothing wrong with being Indian, not at all. It's just, so I'm not going to use the word plummeted, but ISKCON has certainly gravitated, let's say.
This guy's trying hard. He's like, he wants to be racist but not sound racist. It's like, I got something racist to say, but I don't want to
basically the heart racist. Of the Indian diaspora. You look at temples in North America, from New York to Los Angeles, the large majority are Indian Vaishnavas, catering mostly to a Hindu Indian diaspora community.
Shame on them. Shame on them. Shame on them, right? Why? How dare they? How dare they do that?
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 Yay!
How dare they? How dare they? Oh wait, there's too many of me. How dare they cater to their own? How dare they cater to their own community instead of us white people? Us white people belong. Those temples are for us. Those temples are for us white people. And now it's nothing but Hindus, these brown Hindus in there, and they're run by the brown people are running it, and the brown people are doing everything, and it's just ISKCON's a failure. All of us white people, it says that this guy is too much.
Fact.
It's just a fact.
And that's great for the Indian Hindu diaspora.
It's great for the Indians, but not
that
good for us
Indian
white
Hindu
people.
diaspora constitutes 2% at most, 2%
yeah.
of the entire population of the United States of America.
How dare you?
So what do you do with the 98% of Americans
They don't want to be.
who are not part?
They don't want to be devotees, dude. Fucking get it. They don't want to be Hare Krishnas. Man, only Indians are willing to fall for that shit. White people have woke up. White people don't want to do it. Wake up, white people. They don't want to do it. It's so funny. It's so funny. He's got nothing against. Oh man, this guy again. It's so funny. So funny to see a French super Hindu. I know, French super. Boom, boom, boom. I know, it's so funny. The fact is that Westerners can't do the daily grind of chanting without getting bored and exhausted. One day you'll wake up and find yourself. Yeah, the Indians can't do it either, but the Indians are willing to run the temple. That's obviously he's got nothing against Indian-born devotees. Super white Hindu freaking KKK. This guy is too much. Has he ever made a video where he's not being racist? He's either being racist or sexist. This is too funny. It's too funny.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 Yay!
That's the mantra of super white Hindus. That's what every super white Hindu. That's what every super white Hindu does. This is
I
it.
can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 Yay!
BaBoom Boom Bamboozle. I know it's a bamboozle. BaBoom Boom Bamboozle. Oh, this guy is too much. I gotta hear some more.
Indian diaspora. Krishna consciousness, Vaishnavism will not reach them, will not become mainstream in that 98% as long as there's even any type of pressure for householders, including householder leaders, to dhoti up and sari up and shika up.
He thinks it's because people don't. He thinks it's because they got to wear a dhoti and a sika and a kurta and do that, and that's why he thinks that's why white people don't want to join. That's his thing. This guy is a nut. This guy is a nut.
In order to be respected, responsible members of ISKCON, including, for example, giving a Bhagavatam class, leading a kirtan. Why not? Going on the altar. As long as we are, and when I say we, I'm talking about the members of ISKCON in North America, are preaching to fellow Americans by our body.
And when I say we, I mean white people. I mean white super Hindus. That's exactly what I mean. I mean are we clear about that? Are we are we clear? Where is it? Are we clear?
Are we clear?
Yes, sir.
Are we clear?
He's a racist in disguise. I know this guy. Uh, he guy looks like he's from Toy Story. It's Woody. Oh, Woody. Woody Shikar. Woody Shikar Das. Oh. Have you ever had Mridanga lessons? Yeah, I did. I did for a while. I was taking Mridanga lessons. I had a Mridanga from India. I bought it from India. I brought it home. I brought it back to L.A. Absolutely.
Language. That when you become serious about Krishna consciousness, but to speak of when you take up responsibility in this church or in this institution, you have to sooner or later shave your head, have a shika, sooner or later wear that dhoti and that kurta, sooner or later have that, yeah, I said that, shika. The shika is such a trick of Kali, in my opinion. Or sari up.
He really wants to make up his own rules. It's so funny. I know. I don't even want to think about it. 20 years, like 2 hours of chanting a day. And, I was working a job and I only had so many hours of free, God damn it. I worked a job, right? I worked at American Express. So, I had to get up early. I had to go sit in traffic, drive to work 8.5 hours, because lunch break's not paid. I had to work 8.5 hours and then sit in traffic, drive home. Sometimes I worked in the valley. I had to commute to the valley and come back. That's a long work day. And I'm trying to chant 16 rounds a day. So that's another 2 hours that I got to work in there. And I try to chant at work. Because once I got home, I only had so many hours before I had to go to sleep. You get up in the morning. I only had so many hours, and I wanted to read. I wanted to go to the temple and get something to eat. I wanted to, do whatever, right? But I got. So it's just it's a constant trying to friggin' find time. I'm constantly trying to find time to get shit done. And then the days that we would have a program and you showed an Nandan and everybody's coming and I got to cook prasadam or make sure everything's ready for the, if I wasn't cooking, then if people were bringing food, then I had to make sure that everything was ready for for everybody to come over. So it's just a constant trying to manage time. Well, for me it was because I was working a job, but I would imagine that even if you're not working a job and you're working the temple, it's still this constant time management. I got my service to do. I got this to do. I got to go out on Harinam. I got whatever. I got my rounds to do. I got to get up at 4 o'clock and go to Mangalartik and whatever. It's insanity. And this guy's worried about. This guy thinks that the problem is you got to wear a dhoti and kurta and shave your head. I got to say, Prabhupada didn't have a problem creating this cult with and making everybody wear a dhoti and a kurta and shaving their heads. Just like he says in so many conversations that I've shared, where he says, you got to shave your head. My disciples don't have hair. They don't have hair. My disciples don't have hair. That's what he said. My final answer. But Hridayananda and this guy, they want to make up the rules. It's like Gora Hari wants to make up the rules.
And basically tell all of Americans that their clean, mainstream, modest way of dressing just doesn't make the team. We can kiss Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's prediction of every town and village goodbye.
Good.
We can say
good. I'm with you on that one. So now we agree. So now we agree. No one in India wakes up at Brahma Muhurta, which is before sunrise, to do pujas and mangalartiks. It's only cult members and those who are retired from work who does this. Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that when I was there. My first time there, I was like, the only people that were like, there's Indians are getting up because they're getting their day going, but they're not going to the temple. The only ones, the only ones going to the temple are uh, are Hare Krishna devotees, either ISKCON devotees or Gaudiya Math devotees or some other cult. They get the average person not getting up until 4:30 in the morning. It's funny.
Goodbye to that prediction. It ain't happening. It will not happen. And
Whoops.
unfortunately, or let's put it in a positive way. Fortunately, Lord Brahma in the 10th canto of the Bhagavatam establishes the principle of stanestitaha. Jnane prayasa mudapasya namanta eva jivanti sanmukaritam bhavadiya varta stanestitaha shrutikatam tanuvam manobir. By remaining established, or by remaining situated in one's socially accepted situation, one can conquer the world by hearing and chanting.
Shut up. Yeah, Bhakti Vikash, he rejects disciples with facial hair. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, if your guru doesn't have hair, then you don't have hair. If he's got dreadlocks, then you got dreadlocks. If he's got a goatee, then you got a goatee. It's so you threw your kartals in the trash after keeping them for 40 years. Yeah, I got rid of all my beads, my neck beads, and my bead bags and my beads. I got rid of those right away, and all my books. I didn't even take my books. I didn't take anything devotional with me, except my drum. I bought this drum in Vrindavan. I bought a drum in Vrindavan. I bought it in like 90. In 90s. No, I bought it in 2000 and bought it in 2004. So I bought this drum in 2004, and so I had it until 2012 is when I left. So and I was learning how to play the drum. I had never learned how to play the drum, so I was learning how to play the drum. I was taking lessons at the LA Temple. There was some devotee that was teaching. He just happened to be teaching. I was like, oh, I got a drum, and I'll go learn how to play. And when I left the Hare Krishna, I took the drum with me. That was the only thing I took with me was my drum. It was a really nice drum. It was from Vrindavan. I bought it in Vrindavan on the little music guy on the on the path there, the little music guy down by Fogel Ashram, and so I bought that drum. And then in 2019, I was doing some video, and we were shooting this video at this woman had a like an art studio, like full of like artwork, and then she had like musicians come in there, so she had like musical instruments and artwork. And I had this drum, and I wasn't playing it. I didn't want it really. I only wanted it because I bought it. Because I bought it and I brought it back from India, so I was kind of attached to it. I was like, that's my drum. But then when I saw this lady and she had like, it fit in her place. It was kind of, she had this kind of like a hippie kind of studio. And I said, hey, I got this drum. It's from India, and it would, you know, you can hang it up in the instrument area of your shop. And she was like, oh yeah, that's cool. So I gave my drum away. I just gave it away. I was like, I don't want this shit. You know? I know. And then spend the rest of your day selling books for some cult that will abandon you. And you know, they don't give a shit about you. And then let's say they do something that you don't like. Let's say like at the LA Temple, right? They got all those apartment buildings. Like that guy Subhuti. Perfect example. This guy Subhuti. He lived in this van, this big truck. It was like a big delivery. It was a truck. And it was like a camper. He would turn it into he lived in there for years. He lived, I don't know how, he lived in there the whole time I was at the LA Temple. He lived in that truck. 20 years he lived in that truck. And I'm sure he lived in it for years before I got there. And then when the city came and said, "Oh, you got to do something with that truck," the temple didn't give a shit about him or his truck, even though he'd been living in there doing service, whatever he was doing, for all those years. For all those years, and the guy, and then he ended up like going nuts, kind of, I would too, I guess. I mean, he was going to be homeless because they were going to tow his truck away. They did tow his truck away. And the temple could have helped him. The temple could have helped him with the temple could have done something. They got all those apartments, they got all those buildings, they got that parking lot there, they got all that land, they got all that stuff. They could have done something. They could have done something for them, but no, they didn't do shit. So he goes and he ends up getting killed. He ends up getting shot by the police. And that's, I totally blame the temple for that. I mean, they drove the guy to friggin' go, they drove him nuts. Drove him nuts. That's a really, and that's another death that I gotta put a notch on my belt. That's like that's a lot. That's a lot of deaths people that have committed suicide or that have with this friggin' cult. It's insane. Hey, it's AJ. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm glad we're all here together. I know when I heard about him, when I heard about that, I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, that is, and I didn't have such bad feelings about the cult as I do now. Now I understand so much more. At the time when it happened, I had just left. I think I had just left, and somehow I had heard through, I don't know how. Because I was out. I'd already left when I heard about him. And I was I couldn't believe it. I was just like, man, that's just too much. So we did the racist guy. And we did this nut. Okay, we're done with that nut. I gotta find this other guy though. Okay, let's check this out a little bit, just for fun. Just for fun, we'll check this out.
Welcome back to episode 14 of the ISKCON File series. You are watching the third chapter in this series titled The Excesses of the Zonal Acharya System. In the previous episode, we have seen some of the ways in which the unauthorized Diksha Gurus went on a rampage to stamp their autocratic authority over the devotees in ISKCON. We also saw how post 1978, these unauthorized Diksha Gurus superseded the authority of the GBC with an Acharya board and started doing whimsical things. We will see today some of the extreme deviations that gripped ISKCON during this dark period of its history. In the book 11 Naked Emperors, this period is described extensively. In 1980, Kirtanananda, now honored as Srila Bhaktipada and officially recognized by the GBC as a bona fide spiritual master, once again attempted, as he had in 1967, to de-Indianize or westernize Krishna consciousness. He ordered that the life-size Murti of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada at the Palace of Gold be dressed in a gold crown and royal garments like a king.
This is what they're upset about. That's what they're upset about. They're upset about these guys. This That's what they're upset about. They're not upset about all the stuff that it says in his books about women and child marriage and blacks and Hitler and Jews. They don't care about that. That stuff's fine. They're not concerned with that stuff. That stuff, they have no problem with that stuff. What they have a problem with is them dressing Prabhupada up like he was a king. They have a problem with them taking the pictures of Bhakti Siddhanta out. They have a problem with them changing a verse here, a verse there, where he says, instead of saying the self-realized soul, he says the self-realized souls. Like that's what they're pissed off about. None of this other stuff. Other stuff, they don't care. Nah, no big deal.
Tossed out the traditional Bengali clothing and asked his disciples and followers, men, women and children, to wear unisex hooded robes in the style of the Franciscan monks, 1987. He began awarding sannyas to women. He ordered that the Sanskrit and Bengali prayers be translated into English and sung at temple services.
This is what's upsetting him. This is what's upsetting him. What is this, Muhammad Ali Quadri? Hey, thanks for stopping by. I threw away the BBT Gita in the trash when I understood their Freemasonic funding of the Baldi Chabu Pod. Yeah, I had a whole bunch of books. I had a whole library of books, and I just threw them away. And it would actually be kind of cool to have them now, because I'm doing this, so I could have like a reference of the actual books. But I'm happy not having them. I don't need them. They don't serve any purpose for me. I not only did I have my own library of books, but I had books that I was distributing. So I had original Bhagavad Gitas, and I had a bunch of little books that I would give away. I mean, I wasn't a big book distributor, but I had books to distribute. And I just left everything. I didn't want anything to do. I didn't want anything to do with this shit. Like once I found out the truth about Prabhupada and the child marriage and all of this stuff, it was quite an ordeal, I have to say, man. It was just quite an ordeal. I would still not trust any of them. I wouldn't trust any of them. And I just want to say, everybody, all of us that have left the ISKCON or the Hare Krishna cult, whatever cult it was, everybody's in their own place in their recovery. Some of you have just left. Some of you have been out for a long time, like me. But just because, like in my case, when I left, I really didn't come to understand or come to grips with the whole cult thing right away. I left and I just wanted to get my life back. I got right into what I was doing. Well, I found something to get into, and I got into it, and I really didn't. I was still interested in the cult thing, but I wasn't, not like I am now. Like I understood it was a cult, and that I had gotten out of this cult, but I wasn't into talking about it. I wasn't into researching it. I wasn't into anything like that. Not like I am now. And so I never really resolved. I never resolved the whole what I'd been through. And that's what I'm doing now. And so this is like delayed. This is like delayed response. Like this is my response, but it's delayed. And instead of me responding like this at the time I left, I'm responding now. And it's almost better because I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about cults. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about ISKCON, and I can see it much clearer now than when I was just out when I was leaving. Because at that point it was too crazy. It was too painful. It was a lot of things. So, and that's probably one of the reasons why I just didn't respond. Plus, I didn't have a YouTube channel or live streaming or all this. That wasn't ever even part of the equation. But now this is times have changed, and this is what people do. So this is and so this is how I'm doing this now, and this is my response. And how long it takes for people to recover, and how people recover, that's an individual thing. It's not like, oh, you've been out for 45 years, you should be recovered by now. Well, maybe not. Or I've been out for 14 years. Why am I still talking about my daughter? Why am I still talking about whatever happened to me and this, that? Well, maybe I need to. Maybe that's the way it goes. Maybe somebody else doesn't. Maybe I do. Maybe some of you need, and maybe some of you don't. It's just everybody's different. You just can't generalize. It's like everybody joined on their own in a different way, and everybody comes out of it in a different way. So when I read things on the internet about why people, how people recover, and sometimes they want to criticize someone. They're like, well, criticize someone like me. You've been out for 14 years, or you've been out for 45 years. Why are you still talking about it? Why are you still doing this? Well, maybe that's what they need to do. You can't criticize someone for that. You don't know what that person's been through. You don't know what experiences that they've had, what they've seen, what they've had to deal with. It's too personal. It's too personal to try to generalize. You can't generalize why someone joined. You can't generalize why someone would leave, and you can't generalize someone's recovery. It's just you just can't. So I just wanted to get that. That's how I feel about it. I don't like to see people criticizing ex-cult members for taking too long to recover, or not recovering on time, or whatever. We're all different, and we all do things. We all do things differently. So some people don't want to talk about it, and that's fine. Some people want to talk about it. That's fine too. It's just everybody's different, and just because I'm talking about it and I get on here every night or every other night and I talk my ass off, rant and rave and do all that, it doesn't mean everybody has to do that. Absolutely, not everybody has to do that. But just because I'm doing it doesn't make me wrong, and it doesn't make my recovery special or not special. It's just an individual thing. So let's see. Prabhupada did say that everyone in the age of Kali Yuga are shooters. Prabhupada said a lot of he said a lot of contradictory things. He said a lot of contradictory things. He did say that in Kali Yuga everyone's a Shudra, but then he also said things like, devotees aren't Sudras, and Sudras are there's other places where he doesn't say that, but yeah, he says a lot of contradictory things. I find it really encouraging for you to talk about how we are all individuals in our recovery. Yeah, I think it is important for people to understand that everybody's different, and not everybody recovers or experiences the same things, and not everybody has the same experience. And even if everybody had the same experience, it doesn't mean everybody's recovery is going to be the same. So that's why, because we're all different, we've all had different experiences, and we're all coming out of it differently. So and I think that when we all speak like that and share our own stories, if we want to share our own stories, when we share our own stories, then other people can kind of, get a feel for, like, I'm not the only one. Other people had a similar experience. Other people are feeling the same way. I'm not alone in this. We're all, I don't have to feel bad, or I don't have to feel ashamed. I don't have to feel ashamed that I'm still going on the internet, on YouTube, and I'm talking about my recovery, or I'm doing what I'm doing. It's like I said. People want to say, "Oh, he's bitter. He's doing this because he's bitter about his daughter." Maybe, maybe not. But what does that have to do with it? What does that have to do with what I'm saying about this cult? Like I've said a million times, you can take me and my experiences out of the picture. It's and just redact that, and you still have all this other stuff. So what difference does that make? Yeah, justice for my daughter. She never saw any justice. She never saw any justice, and she's a great person because she hasn't let she hasn't let that affect her, as far as I know. So my hat's off to her. I love her. She's great. She'll be here. She'll be here, right here. She's gonna be right here or right here in just a couple weeks. She'll be here. I'm so excited for that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you're right. Even family members need to recover from this. Yeah, even family members. Family members are welcome to come in here, and they can hear that that they're not alone, and that we all know what it's like, and we sympathize with them. Like I sympathize with you. I know what it's like, man. I tell you, man. You got. I'm your number one supporter, man. I'm your number one. I'm your number one supporter. Um, I gotta find this video though. I gotta find. Let me see. You gotta give me a second here, so I can find this video. And I, I think I'll be able to find it. I sure hope so. Maybe not. Where is this guy? Here he is. Okay, so this guy's at Gita Nagari. This was streamed today. He's where your brother hangs out. I guess this is where your brother goes and hangs out. So here's this guy. He's a super white Hindu. Okay, wait a minute. Let me get.
Therefore, the demoniac father considered Prahlad the most unfortunate, because Prahlad would not be able to inherit his property. Hiranyakashipu did not know that Prahlad Maharaj was the most fortunate person within the three worlds, because Prahlad was protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such are the misunderstandings of demons. They do not know that a devotee is protected by the Lord in all circumstances. Konteya pratijanahi. Pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. Sorry about that. Okay.
So these guys, these guys read a book or two. They read a book, one of Prabhupada's books, and then they're super white Hindu. They're super white Hindu. They become super white Hindu. We are all supposed to speak out and share our experiences. This code teaches crimes and illegal doctrines and destroys people's lives. Yeah, I agree. Although some people, are traumatized by this cult and they don't want to speak out. So I don't blame them. If someone's traumatized by this cult and they don't want to speak out, I don't blame them. But if you can speak out, I encourage you. I do encourage everyone to speak out because I think it helps with the recovery. I just think it does. But I can understand that some people just can't do it. and I think that's why they want to get you away from your family. They want to get you away from your family because they know that your family cares about you, and your family's going to try and talk you out of it and try to talk some sense into you. So they want to get you away from. They want to get you away. It's the isolation. It's no different than boot camp. It's boot camp is to get them away, and we'll indoctrinate them when they're just away from everybody. They can't no contact with anyone. Because if you have contact with someone, even though you're being indoctrinated, if you're having contact with someone and they're giving you opposing, like, oh, this, you're in the army in boot camp, and then you go back and you're like, and you do it, but you're not mentally into it because you're being influenced by outside thought, outside influence or influencing you, and so now you're talking back to the drill sergeant, getting in trouble, doing all that. No, they don't want that. They're gonna isolate you. So the number one thing to do is get you into the temple, into the ashram, get you over to Bhakti Vikash's farm, get you far away where you can't just go home. You can't just get on a bus and go home. You can just get on a bus and go home. What good is that? Yeah, people leaving all the time. They want to get you over here. They want to get you over here where this guy is on a farm in Pennsylvania somewhere.
King of the demons, the emperor of the entire universe, the conqueror of all directions, except for his senses. One, he has conquered everything except for his own mind. He has conquered everything except for his own false ego. And
so what is this guy going to do with, so let's say he learns this story about Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad Maharaj. And so what's it going to do for him? The whole story is just to get him to dance and chant.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, boom, yay!
So that's all. Every story is the same thing: sing and dance and chant and worship and worship your guru's feet.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, boom, yay!
So what does this guy do? He learns the story, he reads the story, and then what? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah. We need everyone who can speak out needs to speak out. Absolutely, because that's the only way it's the only way we can counteract all their preaching and all their bullshit is for us to speak out. Absolutely. I mean, I agree.
Just walk away. There has been too much violence, too much pain. Just walk away, and there will be an end to the horror. Just walk away.
Yeah, super white Hindu Jesus, a super white Hindu, and he's not even white, but he's a super white Hindu. The family always suffers. They always suffer, and like I think about my family and I didn't shun my family at all. I never shunned my parents, or I never shunned anybody. But I was a devotee, so I was a devotee, but I didn't shun my family. I mean, I did everything with my family that I did before, but I just didn't eat meat. I didn't eat meat, and just basically it. And nothing was fun. I mean, I used to really like ice hockey. I was a big Kings fan. And then I just lost interest in that. Once I became a Hare Krishna, I totally lost interest in that. And even when I left Krishna, when I left being a devotee, I didn't get back into hockey. I mean, I'd watch hockey games, but I wasn't the same. I wasn't this person I was before, and I liked movies. I'd go see movies. A new movie came out, I wanted to see it. Once I became a Hare Krishna, I think the last movie I went to see was like Forrest Gump or something. Terminator 2 or something. I mean, I just stopped going to see movies. And when I left being a Hare Krishna, I still didn't go see movies. I still don't go see movies. In fact, where I am now, there's a couple movie theaters near me, and some of my friends, when I moved here, I met some people from the U.S. and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna go see. I don't know, I forget what movie it was. One of these movies that came out. Hey, we're gonna go see this movie." And I was like, "Nah, I don't want to sit in a movie theater. I don't want to. It doesn't sound fun to me. I used to love going to see movies, and going to a movie now, it just does not seem fun to me. In fact, I did go see a movie. I went and saw Deadpool and Wolverine. Well, here in Thailand, I went to go see and I was bored. I was bored. I couldn't get into it, and it was okay movie. It was funny. There were jokes. I was laughing, but I just couldn't get into it, man. And that's what this cult does to you. It just fucks up your head. It totally fucks up your head. Hey, Jeff. Good to see you, man. Good to see you here. BaBoom Boom Boom. Yeah. I got to get the giggity.
I can dance. Boom, boom, boom. You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, boom, yay!
What did it say? A couple college freshman girls got tricked into sex by one of our Greek priests. Because of my cult experience, I knew exactly what to do. He was defrocked. Most get reassigned. I made sure he didn't. It's all of these things. It's tough. It's tough for them to get. It's tough to get justice. You know, I don't need to wash anyone's feet. I don't need to wash anyone's feet to love God. And I don't know how they snuck that in there. I don't know. They did a pretty good job. They did a pretty good job of sneaking that in there. Like you can't worship God, and you can't love God. You gotta drink my foot water first. I mean, I don't know how they snuck that in there. But whoever snuck that in there was a pretty slick motherfucker. You can't worship the Lord until you drink my foot wash. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how they. Yeah, cults definitely fuck up our lives and our heads. They do, and those people at Gora Hari's thing, one day they're gonna realize it. Like he said, people come in here and they're like, "Oh, Gora Hari," and then a couple of days later they go, "Oh, I don't like what that guy was saying. I'm out of here." Yeah, I bet they do. 'Cause you're a scammer. You're a fake. And it does fuck up our lives. And people that believe this guy for 8 years, and they find out this guy has been scamming them. This guy's been scamming them. I mean, can you imagine like this Lolita or any of these guys, and they go, "Oh, wait a minute. So you said you had a dream?" And then they read somewhere in Prabhupada's book where Prabhupada says that people who say that they had a dream and they're a guru because they're in a dream, those people they're scammers and cheaters. And they read that in Prabhupada's books, and then all of a sudden they go, "Well, wait a minute. He says that Prabhupada says in his book that you can't just dream your way into being a guru." And then they come to have a realization that this Guru Hari dude is full of shit. And then they realize they've been wasting 8 years calling him Guru Dev and calling him Maharaj and all of this stuff. And it's in their head. "8 years, 8 devotees." Yeah, I know. Yeah, but the thing about it is he doesn't care. He just gets off on it like Nurse Ratched. He's just getting off on the fact that he's got 8 fools. I got 8 fools that are I got 8 fools that are calling me Guru Dave. That's better than me. I don't have anybody calling me Guru Dave. I don't want anybody calling me Guru Dave. But, like, that's how he looks at it. He's like, hey, I got 8 people following me. 8 people think I'm the greatest thing in the world. Thanks for creating this platform. We're able to speak out against a criminal organization aimed at destroying people's lives. Most people leave the cult at one point. Yeah, they do. Most people leave, but I think a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. And a lot of people don't. Like, I was just looking at this here, I'll show you. And I don't want to upset Paz. I don't want to upset Paz, because Paz's brother, is in it and spent a couple years now, and we don't know what's going to happen with Paz's brother. He could be in there for a while. But let me see. Let me show you this. Maybe it's not here. This devotee passed away. Lifer. He was in it for life. I can't find it now. Oh, here. Tridundi Swami departs, it says. Tridundi Swami departs. I know. I'm just, I care about you. I care about you, and I think about your brother, and I think about you, your family, and I think about your brother, and that's why I bring it up. That's all. I care, man. I really do. I care, and I don't want, but So anyway, it says this here, it says Tridundi Swami departs. We're deeply saddened to learn this morning of the passing of His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Tridundi Swami. He was a great friend of ours here at the Hare Krishna Project. He was interviewed on episode 143 in September of 2024. Born in Canada, raised in the UK, Maharaj was the quintessential English gent. He attended a British public school as a teenager. Well, we're going to get his magical mystery story here. He served in the British Air Force. His mother was a famous novelist whose books are still being sold in town. Tridundi Swami joined the Hare Krishna movement in Australia in 1979. So that's, what is that, 40, almost 40-something years, a long time. After dedicating his life to his Guru Dev, he was later awarded the Order of Sannyas in 2005, and thus spent the last 20 years serving Guru and Gauranga as a renunciate. So there you go. It's some people just get into it and they never leave. They're just in it for life. They're in it for life. He joins 1979, 40-something years ago, I guess. 40-something years ago. In it for 40 years. It's just... Yeah, and he was a Swami. The ones that don't leave are all gurus. Yep. Are trying to keep their positions. Yeah. And they have no other identity or accolades besides being part of it. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's it. If he was to leave, he wouldn't be Tridundi Swami anymore. He'd be, Oliver Turnbull or whatever his name was. He'd be, Jonathan, Scrappledairy, whatever, whoever he was before. Like, I was Bhakti Venmo. I was Bhakti Venmo Sri Mukunda Swami. And now I'm just, it's Mike. That's it. I'm just, that's it. That's it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And then Townsend, what's his name? Townsend. I forget his name. Pete Townsend. Pete Townsend's he was a Mir Baba follower. He was a Mir Baba follower. They're staying in ISKCON, in fact, faithless over the years, only considering the position within society like a carrier. They will swipe all the nasty issues under the bhakti carpet. Yeah. You know, it's just like a business. It's just like a business. Hey, there he is. It's Ghana. There he is. Ghana's here. And what do we got? We got Bobby Brooks. Bobby Brooks comes back. Good to see you, Bobby. All right, so that's that for today. And then I want to let's get into this, a little bit of this. We can do, should we do, let's do this. A Chincha Muppet Tattva is what we'll call that. A Chincha Muppet Tattva. And we're going to do some Tim's mailbag because Tim has sent in some videos and I still need to get to these. Let me see where they go. I still need to get to some of these. Yeah, it's the Muppet Show. It's the Muppet Show, yeah. Yeah, those Muppets are courtesy of Eliana. Eliana's made a bunch of those. That's really good. Okay, so let's see. We get some videos from Tim. Let's see what we got, if I can find them real quick. So many videos, so many videos. I can't wait to see all of these, but I just can't get to all of them at once. Where did Tim's videos go? Oh, what is? No, what's? No, I'm having trouble finding Tim's videos here. Let's see. Oh, here they are. Okay. And here we go.
Right, now we started. So what's your name?
Radha Dasi.
That's where are you from?
I'm from San Francisco, California.
Okay, so how did you become a devotee in 10 minutes?
Okay, so I actually was born in the movement with my parents were Prabhupada disciples, and so you kind of become overfamiliar with the religion that you grow up with. So I was definitely into it, but yeah. I didn't like read much or really understand the whole philosophy.
Okay.
But and then when I was like 17 or 18, I met Gurudev. And after,
Where?
especially,
Where'd you meet him?
I think it was like 2003, and I first met him.
Where?
Oh, Concord, California.
Okay.
And then
Concord.
I met him, and then I took initiation in Hawaii in 2004, and then I took Diksha.
Oh wow, okay. After me.
Later. Anyways, so it was after, especially Diksha, that I think I became more into this philosophy, and things started to.
So the mantras really worked, huh?
The mantras and the process of Diksha definitely works.
Okay.
And however, I don't really consider myself a devotee because that's just the reality. I'm more of a friend of Krishna consciousness. But I mean, I love being
Sorry,
around
you're more what?
a friend of Krishna consciousness.
A friend of Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But I love the philosophy and the people, and especially the sadhus and the dham. And
What does that mean? I'm not a devotee, but I'm a friend, and I love the philosophy. I love everything about. I love it, but I'm not in it. But I'm a friend of it. Hey, N, how you doing? Good to see you here. Yeah, absolutely. Um, so sad to see a beautiful young woman wasting her life in this culture. Yeah, she was brought up in it. She said she was brought up in it, but she said that she didn't really get into it until later. Um, it is. It's really sad. It's.
I just,
Okay.
it's taking me some time to become a devotee.
But you chant, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you do savor.
You're trying. You know what? You're not going to convince me. Thanks.
And you follow the
Are
four
you
regular.
recording? Are you recording this?
You follow the four regular principles, yeah.
I think so.
And you're in the holy dham, yeah.
You know what?
Doing savor and
Haribol.
stuff.
Wait,
All right,
is this supposed to be comedic? Because I wasn't. This is supposed to be serious. Sewell.
I'm interviewing you. All right, if you don't feel like you're a devotee, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a feeling. It's just a reality. But yeah, I know
Okay.
what you mean. But yeah.
Okay.
I agree with it.
Well, you're doing pretty good.
Oh.
So, how did so? What else inspired you? What else inspires you to keep going with this bhakti process? And how did you end up in India?
Well, Gurudeva.
Okay.
Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj.
Okay.
He made it such a point for everyone to come to the Dham and to the.
I see. When I see this, when I see her, and I see this kind of stuff like with that Hare Krishna project and these other podcasting guys that are trying to act like they're neutral, but they're not neutral. But yeah, I see it just as more of a big friggin' scam. Honestly, I don't see it as a spiritual anything. I don't see her as anything spiritual. I don't see her as anything spiritual. I don't even see her as anything devotional. I see her as just a cosplay. Excuse me, someone who's just cosplaying. That's it, cosplaying.
And so.
So you went to Rajmandal Parikam?
Yes, I did.
When?
Every year since
Every
I met
year?
him, 2004, 2003.
Every year since 2003.
2004.
2004.
Because I met him in 2003, but yeah, 2004, every year.
Wow, that's pretty good. Okay. And
Oh, my mic was off. Oh man. All right. Sorry, guys. Let's get back to this. Let's get back to her.
Why are you here in Bhaktivinoda Ashram?
We know Prabhuji is amazing. He's very, for friends of Krishna consciousness, he's very kind to people that are addicted to Maya. He likes to help them remember Gurudev and be as good as they can be in the process. So I take his association to continue encouraging me to not forget Gurudev and to follow the instructions and stuff like that.
So he's helping you become a devotee?
Yeah, he is. He's making it, peaceful. He's making it.
And what about the, where do you live now, sorry?
California.
California, yeah, but where? Bay Area, is it?
You want my address? I don't know.
No, I was going to ask you. Jesus Christ.
If this is going on YouTube.
Oh, her guru is that guy that was preaching to the little kids? That's her guru? Oh my goodness.
I was just going to ask you about like the Sangha, where you're from in America.
Yeah.
How does that help you? How's that going?
Great. I love my Bay Area Sangha. They're so amazing. They're so sweet.
Okay.
They're very, they're all like senior. And
It's just cosplaying. It's cosplaying. It's cosplaying to these people. That's all it is. It's cosplaying.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
Yeah, flirtatious. Yeah, absolutely. It's not serious. There's nothing. There's nothing spiritual about this. There's nothing spiritual about it. There's a bunch of cosplaying. It's a bunch of cosplaying. There's nothing spiritual about her. There's nothing spiritual about this interview. She's not being devotional. It's nothing like that at all. It's just a bunch of cosplaying. It's just a bunch of super white Hindu bullshit is what it is. Seriously, it really is. It's just more scamming. It's just more pretending. It's just more PR for this pedophile bullshit. Because when you break it down, that's really what this shit is all about. It's about all these little girls and shit. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being any of that. This is what it is. This is child marriage crap. If they were against child marriage, they'd come out and say it. When I say that Prabhupada had an 11-year-old wife when he was 22 years old, they say, yeah, and that was wrong. They just can't. And it's all a bunch of bullshit. These gurus and this bullshit and this mantras and the diksha and shiksha and all that. She knows it's bullshit. Ain't nothing spiritual about her at all. And she's scamming people just as bad as anybody else. Seriously, I know, and sometimes when I'm talking, I sound nuts. I sound nuts to myself. I'm like, is everything pedophilia and child marriage? Yeah, it is. It is. Because they won't come out and say it's not. Why can't at least one of these trolls that come on here? I've been doing this shit for 2 years. Not one troll has ever come in here and said, "You're right, Mike. The child marriage shit is wrong. Probably shouldn't have married that 11-year-old girl. And he shouldn't have told that girl in 1977, they shouldn't have told them to marry that girl to that 19-year-old man. That's wrong. They just can't do it. Not one. I haven't had one. I think maybe Lochan, I think maybe Aviator Lochan came in and said that, yeah, that was wrong. I think he's the only one. Fake it till you flirt in Vrindavan. I know. It's... Frick. Yeah, that's nothing, right? Don't be surprised. Yeah, you know, they're pick-me's. She's a pick-me. She wants to be up there next to the guru, next to the swami, next to the who's ever in charge. That's where she gets her power from. She gets her power from her grandfather or her father or whoever, or okay. Let's see. Let's find another one. We got disgusted by this one. Let's get disgusted by something else. Let me see. Let's see what this one. There's another one from Tim. Tim, he's sending in the videos. I love it. It's great. What is this? Oh, here's another one. So they got their own magical mystery story. Look at that. Well, you know what? I might as well. Let's stop this. Hold on. You know, I can't miss up an opportunity to. All right, here we are. We're back with Magical Mystery Story. Let's go.
Okay. Hare Krishna. What's your name, Didi?
Malini Dasi.
And where are you from?
I'm from Los Angeles, California.
And how did you become a devotee in 10 minutes?
All right. Well, I was born a devotee. I was born as a Hare Krishna in ISKCON, and my family was involved in the temple. But I think there's two, especially for people who are born into a movement, the Hare Krishna movement, there's two phases of becoming a devotee. One is the externals, being kind of through osmosis, being in the environment, which I loved as a kid, you know, in Kirtan, Mahaprasad, the drama plays, the festivals, all these kind of things. I always had a natural inclination for it because I was around it all the time, of course. But then the second phase of really becoming a devotee, or at least choosing to try to become a devotee, happened later when I was like 12 or 13.
Okay.
And that's really when you go from the externals to really understanding why I'm doing all this,
okay,
and what's the purpose of bhakti. So that happened when I was...
so there was like a definite change.
Definite change, yeah, from just through osmosis, being in the environment, to actually consciously making the decision to follow bhakti.
Okay.
So I had met Srila Gurudev when I was 8 years old, 8 or 9.
Where?
2001.
Where?
Where? I met him twice. One in Badger,
yeah,
2001, 2003 at the Furama Airport Hotel in LA.
Okay.
2003, I believe. And then, but I was still young and I didn't understand how everything, you know, who Srila Gurudev was, what a sadhu is. I mean, all I knew was Prabhupada, and I knew he was like Prabhupada, but I didn't really understand.
Sorry, how old were you when you met him?
I was 8 and then I was 10.
Oh, right, okay.
So they groomed her. So they, so she was groomed. She was groomed in ISKCON, and then when she got older, she met, I guess, Narayan Maharaj in Badger or in LA or in Badger, and then she, you know, that's horrible. It ruined her life. That's how her life got ruined. Yeah, born into ISKCON. Yeah, it's this interview. Yeah, you know, they don't know how to be normal people. They just don't know how to be normal people. I'm not apologizing for it. I'm just saying they don't know how to be normal people. They're cult. They're in a cult. They're in a cult. They're in a cult. The sex slave story was sad. I don't want to. I see it. Yep. Her grandma was a Prabhupada disciple. Holy baloney, groomed so young. Yeah, and she even says there's two parts when you grow up, and that there's the part where you're groomed, and then there's the part where you become a devotee. It's like, yeah, that's so. Her name is Malini Taneja. Yeah, you know her, huh? Sad. So sad. Sad, 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 sad.
Oh, okay.
His little girl.
What was it like? Was it scary?
He actually, I was in a darshan with him, with my father, and I was in the way back, and Gurudev kept on staring at me the whole time when I was 8. And I knew that he was looking through me, and I said, what is he seeing? I don't know what he...
He was looking at you because you're an 8-year-old girl. He kept staring at me. Yeah, I bet he did, the creepy old man. He's staring at you, little 8-year-old girl. That's okay, that's him. All right. Oh, man. The man interviewing already left the temple because he was sick of being a fake monk. Yeah, see? You see, there you go, Oh, Bobby Brooks. Same story, different person. Yep. Same story, different person. Okay, she fights with people to be one of the first people to offer her ghee lamp at Guru Pujas. She says she's the most senior, therefore she needs to offer her lamp before anyone. Okay, so that's the kind of mentality that these people have. And this is what I'm saying. This is why it's a cult. These people's minds are being controlled, but she's so whacked out, she thinks that she's got to offer her lamp first because she's going to get superpower. If she offers her lamp before someone else, she's going to get the superpower so she can continue to be a white super Hindu Jesus or something. And if that guru, whoever it is, told her that, we really need to do something about Mike. He's talking shit on the YouTube, and can we do something about that? I'm not joking about that. These people become brainwashed. Henry Dortorsky, the guy that wrote that book, said we were all brainwashed. He said, I would have went and killed a guy too. If they had asked me, I would have went. He said, just about anybody would have done it. He says, we were all brainwashed. He recognizes the fact that they were all brainwashed, and he still promotes Prabhupada like Prabhupada's some kind of pure devotee guru. Yet, he understood that everybody was brainwashed. Friggin' nuts. And these people are no different. They're no friggin' different. They think they're high and mighty, super Hindus. They think they got the secret. They got the answer. We're all demons, and they're the devotees, and we're demons. Like, what has she ever done? What has she ever done to feel like she's special, better than everybody else? What? What has she ever done? What has she ever done that she has to offer her lamp first? These people, like this Gaur Hari. He says, "Oh, I'm giving you the truth. I'm giving you this and that. You've got to surrender to me, and I'm going to give you Lord Chaitanya's ecstatic symptoms and all of this, and no other guru can give that to you but me." That's friggin' psycho shit. Seriously, who talks like that? Even the Pope doesn't talk like that. The Pope doesn't even talk like that. I've come to give you. I'm giving you what Jesus said, and all this. Like, who the fuck are you, man? You a fucking psycho, fucking lunatic. You belong in that fucking mental hospital with Martini and Tabor and all and Scanlon and all of those guys talking about that's where these people belong. Fucking nuts. They're friggin' nuts. You know, talk about us like we're nuts. We woke up and got out of this cult, and they think we're nuts. What is this? Let's see what this video is. Always talking about love. Always talking about love. There ain't no love. That's the thing. There ain't no love anywhere. Ain't no love anywhere. All they love are rocks and stones and statues. They have no love for other people. Zero love for anybody. They think women are dumb and stupid, have small brains, like to be raped. Little girls need to be married off at 12 years old. They don't know anything about love. And they're going to start this off with love. Look at those Sri Radha Kun. Love. Love, love, love. Our mission is simple. Love. Love. You know, it makes you think like, oh, it's all about love and peace and love. And we love. No, they don't love anybody. They love their guru. They love their foot water. That's all they love. I know. You know what? I know. It's like women are abused there. Women abuse is a daily there. Really? Where in India is it not? Like where in India are women not being abused? Tell me that one. ISKCON shouldn't have any right to talk about love. They have no right. No, none of them do. I think this is the Gaudiya Math, but none of them do. They love themselves. They love themselves. They love their guru. That's it. Everybody else, they hate everybody else. They don't love anybody. I know they're acting like it's so loving. They act like it's so loving. There's no love. Ain't no love anywhere in this place, man. I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Now, fucker. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, 100%. There is so much more love in this stream with the good rice. There's so much more love here with AJ and Eliana and Ghana and Tim and Rafal and Fake Human and Snoggle and Jenna Morton and Joe Lynn and Duca Squirrels and everybody. There's so much more love here with us than there is here. There ain't no love here.
Devotion is a state of being and a way of life.
You know, and they talk this bullshit. They talk this bullshit like they're holy men. Oh, devotion is a way of life, and this and that, and it's coming down in disciplic succession, and it comes through the heart, and it radiates out like a sun, like a million suns. All this bullshit. You don't love anybody, and I know. We all know. We all know you're full of shit. That's the thing, is that we all know.
Devotion is the most powerful agent to transform our lives.
An ashram in Sanskrit means a place where you come to be free of all worries and troubles. Shram means work.
This is the guy who was preaching child marriage the other day. This is the guy who was telling all the little girls that they need to get married even before they're born. This is friggin' bullshit. These people are sick. I know. 50-50 swamis and 50-50 devotees. Absolutely. Yeah. Next thing you know, they have a dream and start initiating people and creating their own. I know, like, why not? I mean, why not? It's just a big cosplaying, guru paloozing, cosplaying, traveling friggin' circus. It's just a cosplaying, traveling friggin' a spirit com. You know? Like Comic Con, it's like Spirit Com. That's all it is. It is traveling around, being worshipped, throwing flowers, drinking foot water, saying prayers to each other. It's a friggin' circus, these guys. I don't care what cult they're in. If it's ISKCON or Gaudiya Math, well, look at this guy. It's just another super white Hindu. It all he is.
In trouble, and ashram is some place that is Vigat ashram, without any worries or anxiety. So our mission here to lead people, or
it really bugs me, the arrogance of these white people that go to India and set up their little spiritual little thing and start acting like playing guru and cosplaying like they're friggin' super white super Hindus. It just grinds my gears, man. You know, like a bunch of white people going down to Mexico and they set up some little Mexican thing, some like little Spanish church, and they go down there and they're gonna act like they're super Mexicans. You know, white people down there in Mexico acting like they're super Mexican. They're gonna start preaching about Mexican this and Mexican that, and doing all the things that Mexicans do down there. But they're like, no, we know more than you. We're super white Mexicans. The arrogance of it. It's just it. Absolutely, the power and authority. Yes, absolutely, and with some charisma, with a little charisma, and you got to, and again, it's like, you know, that engine is firing on all pistons. Everything's running. You got a little bit of power, a little bit. You got some authority. You can quote some verses. You're dressed up. You got the shaved head or whatever. You got this guy. This guy's got a turban on, so you know he knows what he's really super Hindu. He's got a turban on, so you know he really knows his shit because he knows how to wrap that thing on his head. So he's got extra Hindu guru powers with the turban. He keeps all that moksha in. I don't know, whatever. Keeps all that. Wow, so you were with that girl for 6 months. You got to know her. Wow, that's really something. Wow. She was at the LA temple. She was born in LA and she grew up in the movement. So Malini, she was probably she was 8 years old, so she was like this born when I joined. So she was like this one of these little babies. She was like this little baby when I was at the LA temple. She was like a newborn. And then I guess she moved to Badger probably. It sounds like she went to Badger. But so when my daughter was in the school in LA in like '96, and she would have been a baby. She wouldn't have been in the school. She would have been a baby. I mean, if she was 8 in 2000, she would have been born in, yeah, I guess. Yeah, much more love in here. Yeah, I mean, there's so much more love in here because we know, we've been in the Hare Krishna, so we know that, you know, I actually feel like you guys are friends, like we know each other, right? Like we're friends, we're friendly, and there's love in this room. We have feelings for each other. But these people have no feelings for each other. They don't give a fuck about each other. They really don't. They just don't.
But if you want to become mukta, liberated,
commandment to praise in the names of the
I
Lord.
can dance. Boom, 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 boom. You singing with me,
Kirtan
and
is
then
really
you'll
like,
know. Boom, boom, boom,
you could almost say like God in
yay.
motion.
I can dance. Boom, 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 boom. You singing with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best. Let's see. They'll dream of Prabhupada kissing them and then fart on their face and then magical mystery, boom, 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 boom. Oh, I can dance. I'm a guru. I know. You do it, then you'll know. It's so funny. Yeah, that's the guy. These criminal men preaching child marriage. You know, they just talk about it like it's no big deal in front of these little kids, little girls, talking about the marriage. You know, I don't know what that's like. That girl, that Radha Bianchi, she said that it bothered her when she was growing up in the movement, and she had to hear these stories about Krishna stealing the gopis' clothes and Balaram and the Jamuna and the rasa dance and being subservient to your husband and being, you know, all these things she said. And I never thought of it that way because I didn't grow up in the movement and you know, I wasn't a little girl in the movement. But when I watched her videos and she was talking about that, it dawned on me that it's like, you know, that's got to have a negative effect on little girls that are hearing these stories and hearing this stuff. I mean, I can't say for a fact, but I would imagine that it does. I mean, what else is there to do? What else is there to do? It's like multi-level marketing. It's like I gotta move up. I mean, come on, I gotta move up. I can't I can't be a janitor forever. I gotta move up. Yeah, she is definitely from the LA Temple. Her father is Indian and was very involved in ISKCON in Los Angeles. Is her father Bhaja Govinda? Is that her father? Because I know he had a bunch of little kids. He had like 4 little kids. Is that her dad, Bhaja Govinda? He cooked. He was a good cook. he worked in the kitchen and in the prasadam. He worked around prasadam. Is that who she is? Is she Bhaja Govinda's? No, she couldn't be because his wife was Indian. I don't know. No, you're right. They disrespect for women is disgusting and it should be studied. Absolutely.
Be serving, we're trying to give up our selfish desire that I'm not serving for myself. I don't want any result from it, but I want to please.
We also see a lot of focus in our ashram, especially on prasadam. Like we're trying to create a loving relationship with God or with Krishna. And when we offer it to him, it's an act of love.
Yeah, it's a loving relationship. It's a loving relationship with God, not with people. We don't give a fuck about people. We just love God. We cook for God. We offer our food to God. We offer prayers to God. We do all these things for God. But you know, other people, we don't like other people. We don't like each other. We don't like karmis, and we don't like the malechas. We don't like the mayavadis. We don't like the Buddhists, the Mayavadis. We don't like Christians. And we don't like anybody. We just don't like anybody. But we love God. We love God a lot. And that's all we talk about is how much we love God. But people, fuck people. Especially, you know what? Fuck the kids. Because we don't care about our kids. And, you know, women have small brains and they like to be raped. So, you know, fuck them too. And fuck the black people. We don't give a fuck about them. And the Jews, fuck the Jews. We don't give a fuck about anybody. But let me tell you about, did I tell you how much we love God? We love God an awful lot. That we love.
So it's so special when we see this, that it's very rare to find a place where everyone is welcome to come and take this prasadam.
And give us money. If you come and take our prasadam, just give us some money in return. And we have no problem.
Also even more rare is that everything is freely given, but it's also cooked by the gurus and the Vaishnavas themselves. And they're teaching us how to serve.
Yeah, we exploit everybody's labor. We exploit their labor. We don't pay anybody to cook that food. We don't we don't pay anybody to do any of this work. We exploit their labor and we coerce them with lies and deception to get them to stay. That's basically what we do. That's it, you know? That's it. Wait, her dad's name is Gora Sundar. Gora Sundar. I know that I'm trying Gora. I can't picture that, but I know that name. I can't picture that devotee, but I know that name. I know that name. I can't picture who that is, but I know that name. Her father is Gora Sundar. Yeah, I know that person. I knew that person, but I can't picture them. So I can't, in my mind, I don't know who it is, but I know that name, and I know. Oh wait, Narayan gave him the new name. Narayan gave them new names. Well, there was a Gora Sundar that I knew that name, but I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say because there's so many names, so many names. But I know what love. It's literally like slave and owner. I mean, what love? You got those guys working and they're cooking food and doing all the work. We see the kids working. Kids go to school. They don't just go to school. They go to work. When they're not in school learning, they're working. They get up and they mop the floor and do all the cleaning, and then they're cooking the lunch, and then they're doing all this. It's it's crazy. This is freaking insane. They think love is human. Yeah, it's self-sacrifice. It's self-sacrifice. That's one of the cult characteristics is self-sacrifice of the members. You're engaged in service, Prabhu. It's service. You should be happy. Yeah, I know, and that should be, that should have been a red flag for all of us. That should have been a red flag for all of us. Like, why? Well, I want to be a spiritual person and love God, and now instead of that I become a slave to this Prabhupada guy. I just wanted to love God and love everything, and be vegetarian and play the chingy chings and dance around and jump around. That's what I wanted to do. Now I got to be a slave to this statue.
I can dance. BaBoom Boom Boom You sing it with me, and then you'll know. BaBoom Boom Yay!
Yay! I just want to sing and dance. Boom boom boom. But now I got to follow the 10 offenses. I got to avoid the 10 offenses. I got to follow 4 regular principles. There's 26 qualities of a devotee. There's all of these things I got to do now. And then where's the love? Where's the love and the happiness and the chant and be happy? I mean, come on, man. I mean, seriously. I'm not joking. And I can understand Gora Hari going, yeah, we're all supposed to be laughing and giggling. Why aren't we laughing and giggling? And crying and giggling and crying. Why aren't we doing that? Because it's not real. You want to go laugh and cry and giggle? Go laugh and cry and giggle. Obviously, you go laugh and cry and giggle all you want. Friggin' nuts. It's friggin' nuts. Yeah. Yes, I took that and understood that all of this is BS and lies. Yeah, it hurts, man. It hurts. It hurts to come out of this cult and then realize that all these people are still in it, and all these children are still suffering, and all these women are still being abused, all these Rupa Manjaris, and all these little girls, like my daughter, there's 11-year-old girls today being molested, being abused. Little boys being sexually abused in the ashram by older boys. That's happening. That's happening. We hear about it all the time. It's never stopped. They can't figure out how to stop it. They can't figure out how to stop it. Fake it till you bark. Fake it till you bark. You know, and when they told me that, you put the beads on and now you're Krishna's dog. You know, I should have said, what the fuck am I getting into? What is this, Krishna's dog? What are you talking about? You know? Exactly. What's love got to do with it? Like, you know, has the whole world gone crazy? I know. It's like, that's a funny one. What's love got to do?
The whole world gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules?
It's like, I came to this movement because I wanted to love everybody and I wanted to love God. And they're like, love? What? What's love got to do with it, man? We're here about the money. You guys sell some books, bring in some money. We don't give a fuck about love. What are you talking about, love? Love? You gotta be out of your mind, love. We're here for the money. We're here for the money, man. We're here for the money, and we're here to dance.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay.
And then you'll know, yeah. And then you'll know. That's what I love about it. You do it, and then you'll know. It's like, well, you haven't surrendered, Prabhu. You do it, then you'll know. You're not chanting 16 rounds. You do it, then you'll know. You're not surrendered. You got to surrender to a guru. You got to take initiation. You do it, then you'll know. That's like you got to go out on book distribution. You got to sell those books. You do it, then you'll know. That's so fucking insane.
I can dance. Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay.
Oh, man. Yeah, it is. Homoeroticism and sexual abuse on the young boys in ashrams in Mayapur is a real thing. It's a real thing. It's going on. It's not just in Mayapur, all over. All cosplayers, just be yourselves. Don't lie to yourselves. I know. It's so liberating to not cosplay and pretend and trying to fake it till you're Vedic and saying you understand these stories when they don't make any sense. There's nothing to understand. The story, we're going to read the story one day. We should do it now, but I'm already over time. The story of Krishna and the cart. They put baby Krishna under the cart. I mean, we gotta read that story. I gotta read that story. They put baby Krishna under the cart, and the cart falls apart, and it almost kills. And they get it. That's insanity. Okay, that's a crazy story. It makes no sense. Nobody would put a baby under a cart. Nobody would do that. It makes no sense. And then the story makes no sense. There's no moral to the story. There's no message in the story except don't put your baby under a goddamn cart, you fucking idiot. That's like you're working on your car and you got your car jacked up, working on your car. Let's stick the baby under there, okay? Yeah, let's put the baby under there. Especially like baby Krishna. Let's stick him under the cart. It's the stupidest thing ever. But you got to sit there and go, ooh, yeah, wow, Krishna's pastime. That's an amazing story. They put the baby under the cart and it fell up and nothing. And wow, wow, man, that's amazing. Isn't that something? Yeah, it's transcendental. Yeah, it's so transcendental. I don't understand a fucking thing. That's crazy. It's crazy. Nothing works. Chanting is useless. It's all fake, all lies. It's just, yeah, I'm gonna say this. There was probably a time back 1,000 years ago when there's nothing. Let's be honest, right? There's nothing to do back then, right? There's nothing to do. There's no entertainment. I mean, occasionally somebody put on a play. You watch a play. But other than that, there's no radio, no TV, no social media, right? There's not even any books to read because nobody can read, right? I mean, only the Brahmins can read. There's nothing to do. They got nothing to do except go get some food, go fishing, go pick some berries or what, grow some food to farm, milk a cow. What are you gonna do? There's no entertainment. There's nothing to do. I mean, they had things to do because there's nothing to do. They made up things to do. And one of the things they made up to do were mantras and chants and rituals to keep them busy. We'll build a fire. We'll throw rice in it. And we'll chant some magic words. That's something to do. That's something to do. Now I got a business. I got something to do. They didn't have nothing to do back then. So probably building a fire and throwing rice and going swaha and chanting mantras or sitting there and like and doing that was probably fun. That was something to do. It was something to do. Like they ain't gonna go see Deadpool and Wolverine, so might as well sit there and for a couple hours. And so that was probably it probably had a purpose. It was like after a hard day of picking berries and milking cows or whatever and churning butter, that I want to go sit and I want to just for a while, right? I was like that was the equivalent of like popping a beer and watching the news. I'm gonna go sit and and it was probably fun for some people to do that. They probably had a good time doing that, and then it just like worked into some kind of fucking weird ritual religion thing. And we don't need to do that no more. I don't need to sit in the anymore. I got too many other things happening. I don't like my dad said. What difference does it make? What difference does it make? Is it gonna pay the rent? Is it gonna pay the rent? Is it gonna pay the bills? Is it gonna pay the light bill? That's what my dad was worried about. Who's gonna pay this goddamn light bill? Is it gonna pay the bill? Are they gonna put gas in the car? Yeah. Those are the eternal questions of life that have plagued man for centuries. It's like, who's gonna pay this light bill? Is it gonna put gas in my car? Who's gonna fill up my tank? Those are the how you gonna put food in my mouth? You go sit there and all day long. We got cows that need to be milked. What are you doing oming? You can't just all day. The only scriptures that are more than 5,000 years ago are the ancient Egyptian texts, Sumerian tablets, and other ancient original scriptures. Yeah, I don't even think those are 5,000 years old. I don't think there's anything that's really 5,000 years old. I mean hieroglyphics maybe. Hieroglyphics maybe around that age, But I don't think there's any like scriptures that are 5,000 years old. There's just this doesn't language. It's just they keep on milking them cows. Keep on milking them cows like that. I think of that guy that was churning that butter, man. Just keep churning that butter. Churn that butter, baby. I gotta churn that butter. Hey, I got time for one more. We're gonna do one more video. What do we got? We got. Hey, let's take a look at this one. So this guy, evidently, this guy's got his own little thing going on. They're more than 5,000 years old. Okay, all right. I'll take your word for it. I don't know if I believe you, but I'll take you. I'll take your word for it. Because I don't know. I just don't know that. I don't know that anything is that old. But if you say so, let's see what this is. Only pictographs are that old. Yeah, I think hieroglyphics are that old. I think hieroglyphics and maybe like just little marks in clay. I don't know, like alphabet. There's no like scripture. There's no like that. Okay, let's see what this. Let's see what this is. Oh, we got some dancing going on. We got volume. We got volume on this. Here we go. Oh.
Boom, 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 You sing it with me, and then you'll know. Boom, 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 yay!
Oh, they're getting down. They're really getting down. Sorry about the sound. That was loud. That came out loud. That was loud. Oh, now it's back on again. They haven't. They're freaks. They're freaks, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, it was loud. Sorry about that. That was loud. That hurt my ears. That hurt my ears, guys. I know that was loud. It was like, whoa. Yeah. It was a transvestite party. Yeah, I don't know. It was just cosplaying. Well, that's one thing. I do agree with you there. I think the pyramids are a lot older. I think the pyramids are a lot older than they say. I think a lot of that stuff is a lot older than they think. I don't think aliens did it. But I just think that I think their dating is wrong. And I don't think they got it right. I don't think they got stuff right. Yeah, the Book of Enoch has 1 billion times more truth than Srimad. Yeah, at least I think there are some things you can learn from the Bible. I think they're pretty elementary and basic, but I think there are some things you can learn. I mean, the Bible is there to teach you some stuff about good and bad and whatever. I'm not promoting it, but I'm just saying I think there's some stuff that you can learn in the Bible about being like a good pearl, like compassion and truthfulness and stuff like that. That I can think. You read Krishna book, you can't learn anything. All you're gonna learn is that like Krishna is like a little, he's stealing butter, he's stealing the girl's clothes, he's killing these demons, he's dancing with these girls, he's doing all kinds of stuff. There ain't nothing to learn. There's nothing to learn, nothing to learn there. Yeah, I know. It was loud. It was loud here. It was loud here, everybody. I know. It was loud. It was loud here. It was loud for me too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. So let's see. I think we can do one more. I'm gonna do one more. I don't know what this one is either. I'll see if I can turn the sound down. Let's turn the sound down because I don't want the audio on these are not. It's not uniform. The audio is not uniform on these videos. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I got the audio down. Got audio turned down. Okay, here we go. Oh, we're
We're not cooking
swallowing.
for ourselves. We're not cooking for our own taste. We're cooking for the pleasure of God.
In Hinduism, there are four major paths in yoga. Karma yoga, known as the path of action. Raja yoga, the path of meditation. Jnana yoga, the path of knowledge or wisdom.
So this guy, so check it out. This guy, it says here, the way of bhakti. I spent 10 days living in an ashram in Vrindavan, and he's already a super white Hindu. See how that works? 10 days. It only takes 10 days. You can live in an ashram for 10 days in Vrindavan, and you become an expert. You become a white super Hindu. He's already going to explain Jnana yoga and Bhakti yoga. He's got it all down. All it took was 10 days. 10 days, and you too can be a white super Hindu.
And Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion. I came to Vrindavan, the holy land of Krishna, where I will spend the next 10 days living in an ashram to get in touch, to experience the way of Bhakti. What does it really mean? Where it will lead? And what it's like to experience that devotion?
Well, you know what this means, right? This means
Food preparation starts really early in the morning. Thousands of people come here every day to receive prasad. So right after the arti, you can already help in cutting the vegetables. Today's pasta as an Italian, I feel really happy. Yeah, you see?
Wow. Pasta for breakfast, wow. Buono, biscotta, bro.
Let's try it.
yeah, it's a 10-day intensive. It's an intensive. It's a crash course, man. It's a crash course.
Yeah.
You want to come bring some buttermilk?
Oh, right, buttermilk. Right. Yeah, let's go deliver some buttermilk. Sounds fun.
There is always some seva to do.
Always some seva to do. Always something to do for free. There's always something to do for free.
Some additional help. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Dangerous. It's so dangerous.
Okay. Okay, you go.
Come on.
No, I'm going lift. I'm going walking.
Come on.
5th floor, 5. I just don't want to risk getting stuck in the elevator with.
He's afraid of the elevator. So this Krishna devotee who depends on Krishna and depends on the holy name, and he chants 16 rounds, and he gets up, he does all this. He's afraid to get in the elevator. He's afraid to get in the elevator because he doesn't want to get stuck. So he sends the kids in. He doesn't care if the kids get. He doesn't care if the kids get stuck. That's fuck the kids. Hey, fuck them kids, man. They get stuck in that elevator. Fuck them. I'm not getting in there. I am not getting in the elevator.
How it goes. Generally, it's short time. It could also be 2 hours. Yesterday's power for many hours.
That is too funny. That's too funny. Oh man, then we got Kooky Falcon. Hey, good to see you. I haven't missed you so much. Good to see you in here. Oh my god, that's too funny. Oh my god. I know he's afraid of the elevator, but not afraid for the kids. I know he's like, I'm scared to get in an elevator. You kids, you can go. You kids take that, but I'm not getting. It's so funny. It's so funny. I mean, it's typical, right? It's the irony. I know. It's so funny. You fuck them kids, man. Fuck them kids. I know. It's so funny. That's just for little boy. Look, he's got the little boys. He's got the little boys working. They're just like. They just tagged along for fun because they saw a camera, so they jumped in there because they wanted to be on camera. That's all they did. They didn't care, and they're like, "We'll put these little kids to work. These little kids can go to work. We don't care." You're an Adwait believer, okay? That's all right. You do you, man. You do you.
What kind of food do we cook here?
Only vegetables and grains and milk. Anything from milk. So milk, yogurt, cheese.
These pots are so big and are 4 fires cooking simultaneously, and that will go on for.
It's like even he's being exploited. Like even this guy is being exploited. He's it doesn't even look like he's a devotee, but they're exploiting him. That's Premananda's kitchen. That's Premananda. Yeah, it's all the same shit, and just so faithful, serving for nothing, absolutely nothing. And and they got him, and he's making a video for them. Like I'll do the whole camera thing, and I'll make a video, and we'll post it, and It's just. Oh my god.
Hours.
Some institutions, they're like, no, we cannot taste before God. But here, we have different understanding. We have how you can, if you don't know his taste is good or bad, then how you can offer to God. So first you have to, mostly you will know, a little bit taste, salt is right, sugar is right, everything is correct. Then I can offer. If I give too much salt, or no salt, or too much chili, how I can give to God. So therefore we taste.
The mental gymnastics, the mental, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's yeah. Hey, Cookie Falcon. Yeah, it's so good to see you, man. I missed you coming in here. I missed you coming in. Yeah, I know. Why aren't these boys? Yeah, I know. It's slavery from a young age. It's slavery. It's exploitation from a young age, and it's grooming. So they train them from a young age that this is your life. This is your life to just work for free. Just work for free and love this statue and chant these magic words, and that's it. It's really it is. And when you think that these kids come from all over the world, they're not all Indian kids. These kids and these teenagers are from California, from Florida, from wherever, from the UK, from all over the world, you know, and they're stuck in there, and it's just fucking disgusting. I swear. It's like, yeah, it's a long time. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you came back. Yeah, it is. And people don't understand it. People don't know what's going on. The public doesn't know what's going on. People have no clue. Just like they don't know what Scientology does with their kids. You know, at least these guys are dumb enough to videotape it and put it on the video so we can see and go, look, they got these kids working. These little kids are working. They got those kids out doing physical training like they're in the army instead of like playing sports, you know, throwing a ball and playing cricket or doing whatever. No, they got them out there doing like they're training for the army. And here, like, what are they doing? They're cooking and working, and it's
our conception. But other people's conception, no. You cannot say this because they're different. All looking same, look like all Hare Krishna, but all is little different. Is all in the, what is your thoughts, now what is in the mood.
You know, I when I see these guys, because I know, because I was at the LA Temple, and I know how these guys. I've been around too. You know, they all hate women. They don't have any feelings for women. They just don't. Even guys that are married guys don't have any feelings for their wives. It's all detachment. Don't get attached. And I can see where detachment turns into hatred. You know, it's nothing good at all. I swear to God, nothing good. Just nothing good.
The more time I spend here to observe, the more I realize that this is not just a kitchen. This is a place where you learn to serve.
Hey, he's brainwashed already. He should say, this isn't just a kitchen. This is a labor camp. This is a child labor camp. And he can't see it because he's already brainwashed to see everything is a service, it's transcendental. It's bullshit.
And it's manifesting in this way by cooking food. But there is so much more.
Printable Tai Chi chair for gentlemen who haven't exercised in years. Just 15 minutes every.
Like all of these guys,
food which is.
If you were to tell me, I know this guy, he hates women, I'd say, yeah, I agree. I bet he does. And then you see the next guy, he hates women too. I'd say, yeah, I bet he does. I don't believe any of these guys have any feelings for anybody.
This.
I don't believe that these people. I don't believe that these people give a fuck about anybody except their guru. They don't care about women. They don't care about children. They don't even care about each other. I'm telling you, they don't. Oh, it's all fucking superficial bullshit. With all glories to the assembled devotees and all that. They don't give a fuck about no assembled devotees. Oh, all the shit that they think, well, they believe that they eat it, but Krishna eats it with his eyes. Krishna eats it with his eyes. So, spirit entity, I haven't seen you in so long, spirit entity. I'm glad you're here, but I'm about to wrap this up. Yeah, my personal opinion is that I don't know that Jesus was a real being, and so, you know, I just can't. I don't know. I just don't know that he was a real being. I don't believe he was a real being, and even if he was a real being, I don't believe that he was God. But that's just the way it is. You know, that's just me. That's just me. But if you want to believe in Jesus, you don't have to change your life. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to shave your head, put on a dhoti. You don't have to move to India. You don't have to milk a cow. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to worship a guy's feet. You don't have to drink his foot water. You know, you don't have to offer food to a statue. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You just don't. And even though I'm not into it. Christmas is kind of cool. It's a fun time of year. But you know, it's not the same thing. Oh yeah, you're in ISKCON. I forgot that you're in ISKCON. Recently in our area, ISKCON hit a college student in a hit and run. Thankfully, the person got hit, survived, but it was wild. Thankfully, they're not allowed on campus right now. Oh yeah, I think I remember you saying something about that, or somebody was talking about that. Yeah, I think I remember we were talking about that, about how they go on the schools, and that's like, you know, that's yeah. I told my dad that Proverbs is racist against blacks. He said, "Prove it." So next day I read him a ton of quotes. He walked out of the room. Yeah, see, you know, that's the funny thing is like they say, "No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not." And then when you show them, they go, okay. You know, same thing with the child marriage, same thing with the sexism, is they go, "No, he's not. He didn't marry an 11-year-old girl." And then you show them where he married an 11-year-old girl, and they go, "Oh, well, you know, that was okay back then." And you go, "Well, it wasn't back then, because in 1977 he said marry a," and then they go, well, it's Vedic. It's like they bring up these arguments, but they don't really care. They'll just say it just to act like they care. Oh, where is Prabhupada racist? Show me where he's racist. And then you show them, and they go, I don't care. That's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they do. Yeah, they just can't, you know, and that's why what I do, see, what I do when they say, you know, prove it, I go, is it going to matter? Is it going to change anything? If I can prove it, is it going to change your opinion? Because I don't think it is. You say you're against child marriage, and you want me to show you where Prabhupada says that. But when I show you, you're not going to be against it anymore. You're going to be for it. So why should I bother showing you? You say, show me where Prabhupada is racist. But when I show you, you're not going to care. So why should I show you? You say, show me where Prabhupada says this about child, says that. And then I show you, and you don't care. So why did you ask for it in the first place? That's what gets me, is that they don't care. They act like they care, but they don't. They say, well, show me where Prabhupada says that. It's not just a kitchen, it's a slave factory. It is. It's a slave factory, working for free. Yeah, they can't handle the truth. They just can't. But you know, but the thing is that they really don't care. They just don't care. And you can say that. I mean, if you want to, it's your parents. You talk to them however you want. But I would say you just don't care. You don't care that he's racist. You pretended to care. You pretended to care, but you really don't. And he's sexist, and you don't care about that. And he promoted child marriage, and you don't care about that either. You pretend you do, but you really don't. Like Gaura Hari. He did not give a fuck about child marriage until I played it on the stream. And then he took the video down. He don't want no one to see it, but it's on my stream. It's already on there. But he took this shit down. Because he don't want anybody to know. But he's all for it. He didn't give a fuck. Yeah, if only we could eat with our eyes. Well, you know what my mother used to tell me? She used to say, your eyes are bigger than your stomach. And she used to tell me that all the time. So it would be nice to eat with our eyes because then we could just eat as much as we want. And we don't have to worry about getting fat. That would be really cool. Because I'd want like the whole pizza, but you can't eat that. But with my eyes, I could eat the whole pizza. The whole pizza looked good to me. So all right, so we're getting in a little discussion. I showed my dad. He said it was okay back then. Yeah, but what about in 1977? Was it okay in 1977? Did you show him that? Did you show him this? Did you show him this? Where Prabhupada says, show him this. Show him this conversation from February 27, 1977 in Mayapur, where he says, go ahead and marry that. She's only 12. The boy's 19. And Prabhupada says, no marriage. They do not speak. That is the disease in your country. There is no objection. There is no objection. 19 years old boy and 12 years girl. It is a very good combination. He's saying there's no objection in 1977. He's not saying, oh no, it's 1977. It was okay 100 years ago, but we can't marry her now. No, he's saying marry her now. 1977. What does your dad mean? It was okay back then. In 1970s, it was okay in 1977? Ask your dad, was it okay in 1977? Because in 1977, Prabhupada was marrying 12-year-old girls to 19-year-old men. I hate these dishonest people that just cannot face the facts. It's a fucking child marriage pedophile cult. They'll say anything and everything to deny it, to just deny it. They just can't accept it. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to accept that they're in a pedophile cult and this Prabhupada was a fucking disgusting piece of shit. They don't want to accept it. My dad's laughing as he was like that before leaving ISKCON. Now he's out. He laughs at himself and those who behave in the same manner of prove it, Prabhu. Yeah, and that's what gets me is they all say prove it, Prabhu, and then when I prove it, they got nothing to say. It's like, yeah, you don't give a shit. Yeah, that's a typical response. Just ignore it completely. But he's not ignoring it. He's lying. He's saying, well, that was okay back then. No, it wasn't okay back then. It wasn't okay in 77. Stop lying. Stop saying it was 100 years ago. It wasn't okay 100 years ago. We've gone over that. It wasn't okay 100 years ago. They will say anything so they can avoid the facts that it's wrong and that it's child marriage and it's wrong. They just they cannot accept it. Let me see if I can find this. I'm gonna finish up with this. Because I talked about it earlier, but I can actually show you. Okay, here it is. I'm going to show you right here. For those of you that didn't see it on the Reddit page, because I uploaded the graphic. You know, it says right here. You know, 1830 to 1839, on average, at 14 years of age. Those born later were marrying a little older, between 14.2 years and 15 years of age. This is in 1839. So in this one area, it shows, age less than 11. There were 7 marriages of age less than marriage less than the age 11. At 1.8%. 11 to 12, 57 marriages. 13 to 14, 164. 15 to 16, 82. And 17 to 18 is 35. So from 13 to 18 is 43.2 and 20. That's 64%. 64. That's 73% of females were married between the ages of 14 and 18. Not 11 and 12. It was that, and this is 1839. The gaslighting and the bullshit that these people, that these ISKCON people and these Vaishnavas or whatever you want to call them, they're not honest. They're not truthful. They talk about truthfulness and satyam and truthfulness and all this bullshit, and they're the last people to be talking about that. Because they are not truthful, they're not honest, they lie through their teeth all the time. Ends justify the means. If they can lie to get you to believe their bullshit, they'll lie. They don't give a fuck. They'll lie to get you to take a book. They'll lie about if it's a cult. They'll lie about child marriage. They'll lie. And they want to tell you that oh yeah, Prabhupada married an 11-year-old girl when he was 22 years old in 1920 whatever, and that was common back then. Well, no, it wasn't common back then, because in 1839, only 15% of women of girls were being married at that age. The majority of girls were being married older, between 14 and 18, which is still young, but it's not. It's not 11. It's not 8. That Madhuma, my grandmother was married at the age of 8. Well, fuck, that is fucked up. That's fucked up that your grandmother was married at the age of 8. I had nothing to brag about. That's fucked up. That poor little girl. That poor little girl that became your grandmother in a fucked up life, being married at 8 years old to some grown man, or even if he was just a 12-year-old boy, she was 8. It's still fucked up. And that's why I say you can't believe anything these people say. Prove it, Prabhu. And Prabhupada said, yeah. No, it's the most common phrase is Prabhupada said, and that's an offense, Prabhu. Don't make an offense. Don't make offense. You hear that more than anything, because everything's an offense. Everything's an offense. Don't make an offense. You don't want to make an offense. Oh, don't make an offense. Oh, that's an offense. That's an offense. Oh, no, don't make an offense. That's offensive. Oh, that's offensive. And I remember one time, my daughter, she was little. She was like 7, 8 years old. And she did something. She was out of line. She talked back to me or something. And, like little kids do. She's a little kid. And I wasn't a fanatical devotee parent. I was like a normal parent. I wasn't like a fanatical Hare Krishna devotee parent. But she said something like she did something. She talked back or something. I don't know. I don't remember. And something disrespectful. And I said, hey. And she got all like in school. I guess in school, like you don't make a fence. And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make a fence. I didn't mean to make a fence. And I immediately got like, she learned that in school because I didn't teach her that. I didn't teach her to react that way. And she was reacting that way because I guess that's how she reacted in school. If she did something wrong with the teacher, with Jagadambika or Rasayana, and one of the teachers, if she did anything, you know, it was offensive. And so she was like, oh, I'm sorry, it's offensive. I didn't mean to be offensive. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. I didn't mean to offend you. So the first time she did that with me, I was like, what did you say? What did you say to me? What did you talk back or you do it? And she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be offensive. I didn't mean to. And it got me. I was like, wow, that's weird. It bothered me. It bothered me at the time. I remember that. My dad puts Prabhupada on his pedestal, but he doesn't even know Prabhupada. He maybe said one word to my dad during initiation, and that's it. But my dad acts like he's the purest person in the world. It's really sad. It's really sad because, and I'm going to tell you, it's really sad because when your dad finds out the truth, like I did, like we all did, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. He's not going to want it. Like I said earlier, people want to believe the bamboozle rather than believe that they got bamboozled. They'll believe in the fraud to avoid feeling like they got defrauded, like they got frauded. They don't want to accept that they got fooled. So they'll just accept the foolery. Like you could show him that Prabhupada was this, and he said this about blacks, and he said this about women, and he said this about homosexuals, and he said it, and you could show him all the horrible things, and he's not going to accept it because he doesn't want to. He's going to avoid. I don't care. That's the bamboozle. Well, he's a pure devotee, so it doesn't matter what he says. It doesn't matter that he said all these horrible things, because he's a pure devotee, so it must be coming from Krishna. It must be coming from God. And when that's the mentality, that's a dangerous mentality. Because then anything goes. If it's coming from God, then anything goes. That's why they shot the guy in the van. That's why they shot that guy in the van. Because they felt like this is coming from God. God says it's okay. Like the Taliban. Like friggin' the Taliban or this friggin', we can kill. You don't believe in our God? You don't believe, that's basically what it is. You don't believe in our shit? Well, we can kill you. They know they won't get away with it. They ain't going to do it. But if they could get away with it, they do it. It's really sad. It's really sad that people could be that way. I know. That blows my mind too, man. That just blows my mind. You know, like he's been dead for 50 years. But he was born like 100 and something years ago. Everything that he learned by the time, by 1935, he was done learning shit. Everything he learned is from before 1930. He's learning shit about, like, you know, electricity was new. They didn't even have television. Radio was this new thing. It's telephones and all this technology was brand new, and then he stopped learning stuff. Hey, what did he know about vaccines and modern medicine and DNA and gene splicing and stem cell research or anything like that. You know, stem cells, that's a little bit after his time, but I think you understand what I'm saying. There's a lot of shit that happened between 1930 and 1977 that he didn't know about. And no clue. If he was smart, he probably, you know, he could have maybe gone and gotten medical treatment for whatever he had, and he could have lived a few years longer than he did. But, you know, he thought, you know, Krishna, whatever, Krishna's arrangement, and what, you know, no medical treatment. Yeah, and people want to think, and people think that this guy is the smartest man to ever walk the face of the earth. He's got the answer to everything. Sad. Yeah, he knows. He came around, man. That's the thing. It's never too late. Never too late. You can come around, man. You can come around. It's never too late. Everything is Prabhupada said, and they can't use their brains and critical thinking. And half the things that they think Prabhupada said, he didn't say. Just like this friggin', just like this racist American Krishna guy, he thinks that Prabhupada said that you don't have to wear a dhoti and kurta, and you don't have to shave your head, and you don't have to do all this. That's not what Prabhupada said. Now, he may have said in a couple places to a couple devotees, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. For you. But he made it clear what he wanted for his movement, for his disciples, what they should look like, how they should dress, and all of these things. So half of the things that they say Prabhupada said, he didn't say them. 50-50 Swami. They can't think critically. Everything has to go through the Prabhupada filter. Prabhupada was living in 16th century Bengal, yeah. That's all he knew. That's all he knew. He's just a big scamming clown. But exactly, and that's the conclusion that I came to. That was the conclusion that I came to. How can a person be a holy guru and be racist, homophobic, sexist, and be for child marriage? That's exactly what the conclusion that I came to. That's it's, you know, it's never okay. Some of this stuff, it's never okay. I'm behind in the thing. Well, we had a couple trolls, but they came in and then left. They didn't stay. Yeah, that's how my dad acts. If anyone says the slightest truthful statement of Prabhupada, he acts like it's an offense and walks out of the room, and he will refuse to hear anything negative of him. Yeah, you know, and that's, even though it's the truth. Yeah, you know, and that's why you can't get through to these people. You just can't. Now he's being hero robotic. Everything is, he's right, righteous, and mighty, and he's just going to walk away because it goes against his being right, righteous, and mighty. Yeah, justice for my daughter, absolutely, man. She needs justice. Yeah, so this has been a really good stream. I'm really had a really great time with you guys. They have the perfect philosophy. There's an answer and reason for everything. Yep, it's karma. It's Kali Yuga. It's all karma. It's Kali Yuga. And whoever joins the stage are the chosen ones. Yep, they're the super white Hindus. Super white Hindus to the rescue. The super white Hindus will come and save the world from material energy, from Krishna's material energy. So absolutely. So everybody, this has been a great show. I've had so much fun tonight with everybody. What did we miss? Did we have Did we miss? Let's do one more.
I can dance. Ba-boom, boom, boom,
Oh, can't hear him.
with me, and then you'll know. Ba-boom, boom,
Let's
yay!
do one more time.
I can dance. Ba-boom, boom, boom, He's singing with me, and then you'll know. Ba-boom, boom, yay!
Hey, thank you. Hey, Contentment John, thanks for coming in, man. I love it when you guys are here, when everyone's here, man. I get to hear from all of you. We all get to participate. We all get to share. It's wonderful, man. It's just the greatest thing. And Spirit Entity, I'm so glad you came in. I'm so glad you caught it. Keep trying with your dad. He might come around. I mean, Eliana's dad came around, so there's always hope. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Jenna Morton and Ghana and Spirit Entity, Contentment John, and Jenna Morton again, and AJ, and AJ and Duke of Squirrels, man. Thanks for coming in. It's always great when you're here. I love all you guys. Joe Lynn, Jai Ganapati. You can call me N. I think you might be watching on the replay, so thanks for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. All of you watching on the replay, please like, share, and subscribe. Who else was here today? What do we got? Tim with all the great videos, and Jeff. Jeff too, and Travis stopped by. So thank you for Travis and Aviator Lochan. It's great having you here, our Guru Kuli, and who else stopped by? I think that was it. I think that's everybody. I think I mentioned everybody. And then the trolls. Cookie Falcon made an appearance. Cookie Falcon flew in and made an appearance, so we want to thank that. Thank you. That was great. And Fake Human, of course. Can't forget Fake Human. And Rafal, my producer, Rafal. We'll get to your videos next time. And Alexander, the Adwait believer. I'm glad you stopped by. Absolutely. And I think that's it. If I missed anybody, man, I'm really sorry I missed your name. I want to say thank you to everybody. All right. So everybody, please have a great day, great night, great morning, great afternoon, great evening. If you're hungry, have a great brunch. And please have some great luck. Stay out of a cult. Everybody, please stay out of a cult. And don't let anybody join a cult. If anybody, anybody who says, hey, I'm joining this cult, just smack them upside the head and tell them, hey, what's wrong with you? Who did I forget? Who did I forget somebody? Duke. I didn't mean to forget Duke. I think I said things. Snoggle. Thanks. Snoggle was here. Absolutely. Thank you, Snoggle. And this is so much fun. This is becoming a bigger and bigger platform for everybody to come and share with us their Krishna stories and just get along and be a one big happy group. And I'm really excited of the direction that this is going. And you guys make it what it is. So thank you, everybody. And for all of you watching here again, this is the time. This is that great moment when you get to see me being one of these crazy, freaky pedo Hare Krishna freaks. Here we go.